What's up, y'all? I'm in a dark room now. This is bizarre, to say the least. Also, wearing freaking long sleeve shirt. I had to wear this for yesterday. And then cleaned it. And then here we are. I had to wear a long sleeve shirt. But I also have my jacket. But I probably shouldn't wear that because it's not that cold. Also, yeah, it's dark in here because the light went out. I have to do a lot of cleaning. But I can't be bothered today. It's been a weird day today. Like, I overslept a little bit, which is like, oh, it is what it is. But words. Also, I need to, no, not you. Is it, where it is you? You? Cool. I gotta do this over here, right, boom. Why is it, can I do like a customized sort of thing here? It's so fucking bright, dude. Can I do a theme? No. Sorry, I'm trying to uh do this. What did they say? No. That doesn't work. Oh, no, I just realized what I was doing. Yeah, I figured as much. Sorry, I have my my Google Sheets up because there's a few things I got to do for 100%, and I kind of want to change my shirt. Hold on. Nope, wrong one. Let me change because this is fucking holy shit. This works. One of these days, I will. No. There we go. Then we do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I look sporty today. Zip that up. Sporty kit. Even though it's still fucking cold. I think it's actually breaking, but whatever. So, I'm a mess today. Let's just be real. I'm a fucking mess. I wouldn't say today's a bad day, per se. I would just say that today is a day that's like, there's just so much that happened last night to this morning that I'm very much like, hey, shit. So, but like we're fine now for the most part. I just got shit to do. So, what is our plan right now? So in this game, the only things we left to do is grabbing, we got 3 more aberrations to get 3 stars on, then this is done. We have the weapon shop to do, and we have leveling up everyone to max, and we got our good old fish Tamagotchi, which what am I doing with this again? I'm like, there's something I gotta do. I don't remember what, but like, I know I do. So yellowfish had high affection. But you're not the one that I want, because the other one is this one. Thank goodness that people smart enough with guides. Oh, we're trying to get the turtle, right? Yeah. So it should be evolving. But I want to, like, well, there is quite a bit to do in this game. The big thing is making sure everything is maxed out, regardless of what we're trying to do. I know I made my, like, other list, and we need fragments. I get that. But I think I just want to, like, look for whatever we need and just kind of go from there. Triple axle, luckily, the only thing we need to do is the poison one, so that's fine. Snipers, we need divine tree fruit fragment. I didn't realize that. And then rubies. So I need to go like actually all the way down in order to do that. I also need the rhino camaridae, poison thorn. So finding those. This is all good. We do need an opal tube. So that's important. And then the marbled electric ray. And I was like, oh, I should be like catching stuff, this, that, and the other. And really, no, I think what I need to do is specifically just getting the stuff needed to max these out, because everything else can be done with like time skips. That's really what comes down to. We also need box jellies. So the fun thing about the box jellyfish is that they are only at night, and like, while I want to get them, they take a little bit. So we do need opal ore, which that's actually the easiest thing to get out of everything. That's good. Still starry puffers, that's fine. Marbled electro, yep. Box jellyfish. So we're gonna have to do a lot of night fishing. I think the rest of these are all fine. I don't know why that went so far down, but oh yeah, I guess. Ice diamond and the narwhal tusk, and then the drain gun is maxed. Okay, so we pretty much have everything. Like, we know what we need to get. The big thing is actually getting them. So what we're gonna be doing is, because I need to get still everything from the bottom, I technically don't need to catch fish, but I should, because like the fish that are mating, like, cool, we can just have them mate, things are fine, super simple. Like that's what I was like kind of piecing together is, oh, we'll just have the fish mate and go do this, that, and the other. But like, I don't really need to. Sorting by price, but it's like like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be the best thing to sell easily. Black coral, cucumber, that. We just need cucumbers and black coral. We're fucking fine. I'm not really caring about money so much. Then what I'm focusing on is actually trying to get every cooksta recipe or a cooksta post. Let's just say there's a lot of stuff I gotta do. That's all I gotta really say. So what I'm going to do is I was coming up with a game plan, okay? Suffice to say, I was coming up with the game plan. A lot of this, like I said, is going to be waiting, but for the most part, I'm going to be like, okay, what sort of dishes do I need to start focusing on in each respective area? If I know what needs to be gotten, let's grab it while we're there and go from there. And that means going to levels and being like, okay, I need this, I need that, so on and so forth. Also name, because because I gotta sell like at least one of the max of everything. It's like Atlantic Bonito Sushi we have not sold ever, so like I'm already gonna put one on the menu just to get that out of the way. Atlantic Mackerel Sushi, same thing, 1. Barrel Jellyfish Sushi, 1. And we're just gonna have like all those and then like a big bunch of something else. Big Eye Scad Sushi, yep. Big Eye Trevally Sushi, let's do it. 2, that's fine. Got 1 more, okay. And then Blackfin Barracuda Sushi, let's do it. And then with this, I just want to make sure that these are all marked off. Barrel Jellyfish, don't need Barrel Eye Sushi. It's the Big Eye Scad, Big Eye Trevally, and the Blackfin Barracuda. So what I'm going to do, if I can get this correct, please, I need to turn this yellow because I got to make sure that it gets sold at the very least. And then as far as stuff that we are going to be grabbing, I really think it's just going to be grab what we need to like max things out. So octopus, Alaskan pollock, Arctic cod, like just start grabbing everything that I can. I think this fish is in a shitty place. Limestone Cave has those guys, like, because at the end of the day, right, there's some that have like multiple different types that we could just get rid of, which is what is on. Don't need to worry about that. Don't need to worry about that. So this one, because it also is like this one's telling me what specifically we need. So like what I have here, we have the Baptia fieldensis, which is pretty good. Picaya is used in Picaya ramen, so we need to worry about that. The Falctus, or Falcactus. The shitty thing about the Falcactus, if I can pull this up, because right now this is just done by name. The Falcactus, I think, is all the way down here. Is what we're looking for. Oh no, we have 1, so it should be actually here. Yeah, so this is level 9, but like we only have 1, and it's because it's so hard to get these fucking fish that like I need them to just be growing in the sea area. So it's like, do I want to catch them to like make things a little bit better? Do I not want to do that? And really what it comes down to is it's up to me really if I want to do that. But like, yeah, I want to, because once again I want to get all these recipes maxed out, but there's just a lot that I gotta, you know, worry about. So with that being said, while we're down there, yeah, we're gonna grab, because there's still the Picaya ramen. Well, so like there's a Picaya there, but we don't have Picaya ramen, and the reason for that is because we just don't have enough Picayas. But like this is still getting up there with everything we're trying to do. But I need a lot of Picaya. So on top of that, I want to write down kind of just the general fish that we want to collect while we're there. So like the picaya, the fob cactus. We don't need, based on my list, we don't need the Waptia philomdesis, so that's fine. There is the Tocomia catalepsis. So there is, I believe it is, I'm just kind of showing my thought process because we're trying, like I said, trying to 100% this game, and this is my best idea that I got. So it's not you, it is the weaker version of you. Where are you? Is the weaker version of you 9? Maybe it's the stronger. Yeah, it's you. Okay. So there's the Tocomia catalepsis sushi. We already got that, so that's already at like 610. But there's the lobster platter. The shitty thing about the lobster platter, though, I will show this, it's not that, is that it's 3 different lobsters. 3 different lobsters in order to get this. So we have to wait on these other 2 lobsters, so I don't need to worry about the Tocomia catalepsis. Catalepsis, I think is how you pronounce it, because we're already going to get so much of those. We're just waiting on the other 2 lobsters, so I don't need to worry about that while I'm down there. So next we have the glacial area. Now Alaska pollock, fair. I wish I can order this by where their location is, but like game is not that nice. So but you can see, like, you can't see my cursor, sorry, but like Pelican Eel, Glacial Passage, but there's another one. Antarctic octopus, we probably need a lot of those. Snub-nosed spiny eel, need a lot of. Like, this is a little bit of an issue, is like we have to figure out what specifically I need and just going from there. So glacial area is going to be a big place for right now. But I need the other ingredients more so than the main ingredients, if that makes sense. I think because, so Pelican Eel is in the Glacial Passage. I don't really worry about this guy because he's just so hard to get. But like, I think we're going to be adding the Antarctic octopus to our list. And here's the thing, I also have to keep going all the way up. So like, if we see them, we'll catch them. If not, it's not the end of the world, because there's other more important things that we need to catch. The horsehair crab, another one. We're going to be using the net moving forward just because it's a lot better for what we're trying to do. So this snub-nosed spiny eel, I believe, is in just a shitty place. So I don't really want to grab it because it's just too far out of the way. What I mean by that is I've remembered so much in this. So it's in the 3rd glacial cave. So that, the lumpfish, elastic pollock is also there, as well as the Arctic telescope fish, but none of these 4 we're really going to focus on. We're just going to let the game be like, hey, we caught it. It's like, all right, cool. Sea dragons we still need. So we are going to be still getting a bunch of topazes. And luckily topazes are going to actually help us out a lot later. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Greenland shark. So the reason why we have 205 Greenland shark is because Greenland shark is the most expensive thing that we have right now for this area, which means like we could just send this all over to our friends. But like, this guy's also worth a lot. Yeah. So we're kind of keeping these just for right now, but we'll worry about that later. Poor beagle shark can be used on other things, but I don't care too much about it because we don't need to worry about it. Same with the narwhals. I just need to capture these guys for stuff. Starry skate, we already have it maxed, but I don't really feel like catching it. It's not needed. Thresher shark is still really good. Smooth hammerhead. Yeah, I still have like a whole list that I'm still like slowly making. Once things get maxed out, I'm focusing on area to area rather than specifics, if that makes sense. So with all this being said, I'm wondering if I should just kind of keep skipping forward so we could get all of the recipes unlocked. Maybe that might be a better idea. There's a lot to consider, right? There's a whole lot to consider. I think the big thing though is like capture what we need. Just don't capture stuff that we already like is max that we don't need anymore, and then go from there. So I'm going to go to the Sea People Village first, just to see if I need anything else. I'm also going to add over this. I'm going to add another sheet. We do. Come on. This. Don't need any more. All right, cool. Nothing here. Get going. Yeah, if there's actually, you know what? I should move you over here. Do this. Sorry. A lot of stuff to consider. Definitely a lot of stuff to consider. So, narwhals are the first things that we're going to need. I, for some reason, decided to... Ow. Ow. That's fine. I'm just going to grab it from here just so that way we can actually see it in the top left if we got it or not. Because we're looking for tusks. There's only one narwhal per area. So if we don't get it, we don't get it. That's just kind of going to be how it is. We're looking for sea dragons. That's another thing. And like at the end of the day, a lot of what we still have to do, I wish I brought the fucking thing, but like whatever. A lot of what we're trying to get is fragments and stuff to finish out Duff's stuff. Once we finish up Duff's stuff, it's just smooth sailing from there. I really just want to... Yeah, come on. I know it's not much, it's just one, but like, better than nothing. So. Yeah, a lot of what we're doing is like, yeah, we still have to get the fish. So this is the hard part though, is like I do want to like skip time so we can kind of get through things, but it's like, do I really want to in this case? Like, because if we skip time, is there a benefit? But we still need to get the stuff for Duff. I'd like to get all the stuff for Duff when I can, while I can, but also like want to get the fish that I need for it. So it's like, do I want to worry about the fish first? Like, is that an idea? There's a lot to consider, of course. But like, once again, I really like this game, just all in all, because I just, you know, find it super chill and calming. So, you know, I don't feel too erratic on trying to get stuff. Should I be better prepared? Yeah, probably, but it's fine. The thing is, I think I need more the specific stuff, the specific things for Duff rather than everything else. I think that's the thing I'm getting at. The reason I'm down here, though, is because we do need rubies and such, so it's like, while we're down here, why not grab what we need to grab, right? Like, if there's fish that I need to get, then there's fish I need to get. We're going to be down here for ages getting narwhals. Like, that's just a matter of fact. We're going to have to get rubies. Toblerite we could get. Like, it's not the end of the world if we get it. We might need it for some things later. Who knows? Fragments, like, admittedly, fragments I am not worried about as much as you might think. Yeah, fuck it. Oh, nice. The reason I'm not super worried about fragments is because we could just buy a ridiculous amount from Workshop Dude, the C. Pearson Workshop. We have so many, like, extra materials that like we legitimately could just go to the workshop, be like, hey bro, nice to see ya, can I have all your fucking fragments? And he's like, yeah, here's like a bazillion. So I shouldn't be really too worried about the fragments. The reason I'm grabbing them while we're down here is just because they're on the way. They're not that bad of an idea, so. But yeah, we're gonna be playing Dave the Diver though today, just for a little bit. I'm not looking to do like a super long like multiple streams today. Like we're doing 3 streams today is like the ultimate plan. But I will say, like, yo, you wanna just come back here? Okay. Like for today, for those who are curious, we are going to be doing so it's Dave the Diver, Raging Loop, and then assuming Cheese is awake, we're unfortunately doing Guilty Gear last today, just because of how everything's going. But like we could do something else. It kind of just depends. We might just do more Guilty Gear tomorrow. We'll see. Today's a little bit like roundabout, just because. I guess I should talk about why we're playing this and not even Graveyard Keeper first. This game has been my comfort game lately. Like, it really, really has been my comfort game. I supremely enjoy this game. I don't mind trying to 100% it. Like, it's just a good, chill time at the end of the day. And after the insanity that was yesterday, for those who were at the Sea of Thieves stream yesterday, you would know that it kind of ended more or less abruptly. That was my call for the abruptness rather than anything else. That's just because, like, I just severely dislike PvP in general, which then begs the question, okay, kid, if you really, really dislike PvP, then why the fuck did you play? Well, one, why the fuck are you playing a PvP game? But also, two, like, why do PvP in the game? And it's like, part of me wants to be like, oh, it's honestly just because 100%, like, I like completing games, doing all that sort of stuff. It's why I've been like reworking on scripts and all that jazz. Like, I really do enjoy it. However, I would like both of my roommates, right, Doja and Ali, really, really good at PvP, like insanely good at PvP. Most of my friends who I've met through streaming, really, really good at PvP. And I am always the person. Oh, fuck it. There we go. I'm always the person at the back of the line that's like, yeah, I'm just hold the team's back for the most part. So I really, really want to try to get better at PvP. There is a big issue that I feel like should be addressed, and that's my general demeanor when it comes to PvP in games. We talked about it a little bit during Sea of Thieves, but like, once again, this is kind of more podcast, like just talking about stuff, so why not? I have a very negative perception of people. A lot of people, in fact. Not everybody, obviously, because then why would I have roommates? But I tend to have like a very generally negative perception of people. Hence why when playing PvP, I think it's been obvious over the years, but I think saying it probably is like needed, where I just don't think that there are any nice people when playing PvP. And that just means that, like, even when you're playing PvP, you just kind of have to be really mean. Which then gets into my whole thing of just going a little bit, and I say a little bit, but it's definitely majorly overboard with just how much I ream into people when it comes to PvP in like a verbal aspect. Is it bad? Yes, 1000%. Have I been trying to get better at it? Absolutely. I've been refraining from how I was in Dead by Daylight, where, you know, it would end up with people crying and such. So, been getting better at it. The unfortunate part about it, though, at the end of the day, is I still have a negative perception of people when it comes to PvP, where I don't think that there's, and obviously people can tell me otherwise, but it's not going to click. I have this feeling that there is no such thing as sportsmanship, and if you lose, like, it just means you suck. Which I know across the board, everyone's like, that's not how it works. The enforcement aspect is because, and is it because of how I was brought up? Is it because of something? I don't think it's so much of how it's, if it's because of me being brought up. Like listen, I know my dad was like a dick to me when it came to sports, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to say that it's him that like made me this way because of how seriously he took sports. I would wager, right? I would wager that I'm probably more so like this because of always being the bottom of the totem pole when it came to sports. I don't think I've talked about this, but like, why not? Let's just talk about it and, you know, go from there. Try to stop saying too. So my history with sports, let's just kind of go about that, because I think this, like, talking about this would kind of dive into the mindset of like why I am how I am when it comes to PvP. Growing up, I played a shit ton of basketball and baseball. I used to be a skinny kid with baseball, and then a little bit bigger when it came to basketball. Basketball, I was pretty good at basketball. I actually used to play it a lot. Actually, fun fact, I used to go to the basketball gym every day when I was younger, just to practice. Like, I really did enjoy basketball. The problem is, at the time, because I was really young, I didn't understand the concept of inertia, and I also didn't understand the concept of an object in motion stays in motion. So I was a lot bigger when I played, like, well, like, not like super fat, but like compared to the other kids, I used to be like a lot bigger than them when it came to basketball. And it would lead to me trying my best and not realizing the ramifications of being a bigger kid playing basketball and ultimately injuring people. What I mean by that is, if you play basketball or if you watch basketball, you might know what a layup is, which is when a player has the ball and they run up towards the basket and just kind of like shoot, like, kind of, it would kind of be like a slow shot sort of way, where you run up, you run up and like you can kind of easily get the ball into the hoop just by running it up and kind of having it like slide off your fingers. That's like the best way I can describe it. If you know what a layup is, you know what a layup is. If you don't, you don't. That's kind of how it is. The reason I bring this up is because when doing a layup, you tend to run, like, you want to run as fast, kind of as fast as you can, in my opinion, to do the layup, because you have to run to the hoop and you have to make sure that really no one can catch you to like block. However, and we have talked about this situation in stream before, young Kit, once again, bigger, didn't understand the concept of inertia, didn't understand how, like, to stop when you're running just crazily. I would run as fast as I could to catch up to the person. And if I didn't block them, I couldn't stop and it would lead to me smashing the person, like either like colliding with the person and knocking them to the ground, or because the other person's running as fast as they can and they can't stop, both of us colliding into the wall. And when you have a bigger kid crushing a smaller kid against the wall, it tends to lead to injury. Fun fact. And that happened, and I have gotten kicked off a basketball team because it. I don't know if my dad knows about that, but like it did happen. Kid going for a layup, I was trying to block him. I missed the block. He hit the padded. It's like they had like a little bit of pads behind the hoops to like prevent anything from happening if people were running too fast. Like they would hit that. So he hit that, but the problem is I couldn't stop. So I hit him hitting that, and I think I ended up breaking his arm if I recall correctly. I do know I injured him, and I was sat out the rest of that side, and I was asked to not play. Here's the thing. We're like, now there's the question. Well, Kit, why'd you do that? Like, were you upset or anything? And like, more or less, I kind of was, because on that team, if I recall, and maybe it's just me mending together kind of memories because it's all kind of the same. I was tended to be seen as like kind of the weaker player on the team. I could shoot, I could block, but I was very prone to like trying to steal the ball and then getting fouled. Or I was just somebody who like wasn't too keen on the concept of teamwork, which I don't think anybody who watches my streams is surprised about. Like, that is just how I am. Also gotta double check something here. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Sweet. So like, you're probably not surprised to hear that, like, I wasn't too keen on teamwork. I did try to get better. I did legitimately try to get better, but, you know, better unfortunately is not good enough at the end of the day. So, yeah, that happened. And there's a few other teams, like, once again, I tend to be really good at shooting the ball and everything, but because like basketball is in essence teamwork, I would try to like prove why I was a good player to the rest of the team, and then no one cared. So if memory serves me, I would just kind of get frustrated with them. And I stopped playing basketball. But then I also played baseball because my parents both wanted me to try out baseball as well as football. Now football, I'll get to that too in a bit. Let's talk about, because baseball's a long one. Football, I have a really bad history of football. I was usually the person who sat out a lot of the time. My parents still, I mean, it's been years, but like, I think they're still pissy about the fact when I was in middle school, I tried out for the team, like the school team, just because I wanted to make my parents happy for me for once. Like me trying to please my parents never happened. Like, I fully understand that. So I remember when I was younger, I was like, oh, you know what? If I play football, like maybe they'll be happy about me for once. Like, I won't be seen as like, you know, terrible compared to my other brothers. Like, okay, I'll do it. Went to football, 2 practices in a row. I think they only think of one, but I remember it was 2. 2 practices in a row. They, you know, we did like the exercise and everything that they were wanting to do, so on and so forth. But they sat me out. They had not let me participate in any drills, any like practices. They didn't want to like see me throw or catch the ball. They didn't want to see me be on the line or anything. They were just like, you could just sit in the grass, get an allergic reaction, like, fuck it. Do I understand why that's the case now? Probably. I think it was more the fact that like the coaches like already knew a lot of the kids who were trying to be on the team, and those of us that like they didn't know, they just didn't want to do anything with. I think that was probably the case. But at the time, I just figured that they thought I was so ass, like straight up, so beyond terrible, that they just didn't want me to play. So sat out, did literally nothing. Like, it was like an hour and a half of practice or some shit. Did nothing, like just sat there and just was like, Can I play? Is there something I can do? Anything? No. And that pissed me off because like I wanted to actually like prove to my parents that I was actually like, you know, maybe decent at a sport and like could be good at things and it would be fun. And no, I just was treated like I was ass. I don't think parents at the time like understand how much that probably fucks up a kid's mental, because I believe after the fact I did end up playing football, and it led to an incident that I think is very telling for how my mental got to where it was, and like say Sea of Thieves, Dead by Daylight, so on and so forth. I got onto a team. I actually like tried out because like the coaches were new and they didn't know like the kids, anything. Like it was even Stevens across the board. Like everything was even. You were placed on a team, and like for tryouts, you were placed on the team, and bada bing, bada boom, you fucking did it, right? Like, congratulations, you're on the team, and no, what's the word I'm looking for? No, biases, I think is probably the best way to put it. No biases at all. So what happened? Was on the team, but the coach, if I recall correctly, the coach had no idea where to put me. And not because like I was bad or anything. I don't think it was I was bad at this case. I think it was the fact that like I had no confidence with what I was like doing in football, and like while I could catch, it was never consistent. I couldn't really throw the ball really well. So like that was out of the question. They're like, we could have you defend, but you're like, while you're wearing the pads, you're kind of slow. And yeah, like while I'm quick on my feet, if I am not wearing heavy gear, wearing gear, I'm pretty weak. So they're like, can't have it on defense, but you can do offense. So they tried placing me on the line, but like, you know, there's different places on the line to like show, like maybe this is a good spot, maybe that's a good spot, so on and so forth. Finally, there's one practice. This sticks out of my head because I think this practice and then I think the game that followed is very telling. So we did a practice and it was insanely cold out. Like there was a fear of frostbite. I don't think this was back in. This might have been in Arizona, like during like a pretty cold winter or something. I'm just going to go this way. But oh shit. This was not the smartest option. That's fine. We're good. I'm also looking for the fucking puffer fishes and I just don't see any. I know I need sea urchins though too, so I need to grab these. Anyway, so this one practice, the coach was like, okay, I really want to figure out like where we could put you, but like I don't know. Why don't we like, because there's not too many people here, it was too cold and like not many people wanted to show up, if I recall correctly. He was like, okay, this is like gonna be the closest to like a one-on-one like sort of thing ever, and I appreciate this coach for doing this. He's like, we're gonna practice a whole bunch of stuff and we're gonna just see what you're good at. And at one point he just told me, I want you to look at the person that you're tackling. It was like the big like tackle dummy or something. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a big tackle dummy. He said, just think of it as somebody you just really don't like. You hate them. Tackle them. Like, and do I remember who came to my brain in this time? Nope. Not a clue who came to my head. Not a clue at all. It's like, Are you a turtle? No. That's fine. I think what I'm doing is, yeah, it needs 2 food. So I said it's 2 food by that point. Okay. Sick. I can upgrade shit. What can I upgrade? Oh, let's go. Stick bum gun. Sorry. Good stuff. Are you? No, because I need the Starry Puffer. That's right. And more fragments. Hooray. Awesome. Let's go to the farm. It's also Sunday, so. I do remember this. Growth. Nutrient. Sorry. So, this coach was like, hey, look at this guy, look at this tackle dummy. It's somebody you hate, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, once again, no clue who came to my mind, but I remember being upset. And I wrecked this thing. Like, I tackled it as hard as I possibly could. And he was impressed. And at that point, I became a lineman in this team. Why is this a bad thing? It's because I became angry is the best way to put it. I treated every person that I was a lineman against as the biggest enemy. It doesn't matter who they were. I hate them with all my guts, sort of thing. Don't remember why, don't remember how, but that's how it was. And it led to me completely just like overtaking. Like, is that the best way to put it? Also, I need, where is that? Coral. Gonna do 40. Seaweed farm, black coral. I just know I need a bunch of black coral. Yeah, so I just completely wrecked whoever was on the line against me. Just destroyed them. Just no second thoughts. It got to the point, though, and this is where I ended up getting sat for pretty much the rest of the season, is at some point, I didn't play defensive, I just played offensive. But one of our defense tackled the quarterback, and it wasn't aggressive or anything. He just landed wrong and, like, I think he, like, broke his arm or, like, broke a bone or something and had to be taken out. And I, as a result of seeing this quarterback who I just purely hated, I don't remember why I hated this quarterback in particular, but I do remember having just a fierce just hatred for this person. I loudly cheered. Like, loudly cheered that his arm was broken or whatever bone was broken. I'm pretty sure it was his arm. Parents, not happy. Coach, not happy. Wondering why a kid was cheering that some kid's arm just got broken. And they were like, you're done. And that was fair. Once again, though, would lead to me, probably is what also led to me being very against people. Because, like, even, like, the teams, like, they did the whole thing where, like, say, good game sort of thing. But, like, everyone's looking at each other with animosity, it felt like. So now what happens with baseball? Baseball, I talked about my baseball stories a bit. I was always at the end of every list when it came to batting. And they would be like, oh, it's based on, like, the stats and whatever. And, like, if you got hits or anything, you'd be further up. And it's like, no, first person always can get on base. Second and third, they're trying to get on base. The fourth is the heavy hitter and so on and so forth. Me and, I remember there was one kid on the team who was, like, always the same thing. Both of us would just always be at the end. And then even when I was in the middle school team, always at the end. Like, no changes there. To be fair, in middle school back in Arizona for this team, was when I was kind of like losing my mind in the first place. But like, that's a story for another day. Anywho, so played baseball, loved baseball. Couldn't catch. Well, okay. If you're throwing a baseball to me and I'm throwing a baseball to you, I can catch and throw pretty perfectly. Slight deviations, of course. Pitching, I swear, like, maybe this is me too to my own horn. I swear I could have been a good pitcher. Like, I think just my footing is wrong because it technically, like, I think the way that I pitch would technically count as a balk every time. Or like somewhere close to it, I think. Balk, for those who don't know baseball, is essentially like an incorrect pitch, as they would classify it as, which means that it's immediately a ball for the batting count, and then if there are people on the bases, they get to move a base. So balks are bad. But I, like, as I got older and then I realized I need glasses and the sun's fucking bright and I can't see a white ball in the fucking air. Why baseballs are white? No idea. Like, it's really hard to see them. I stopped playing baseball because I realized I couldn't see the ball that well anymore. Batting, very, very much could. When I was younger, I was scared to get hit by the ball, but then I'd grow out of that. But they always put me in the outfield, but they always put me in, I think it's left field. It's it's been a while since I played or even like really watched baseball, but I know that the reason for it is because it's the least likely place for the ball to be hit. I think that's left field, but I could be wrong. But I know that like in the outfield, they placed me in the side to the point where like there were some games I remember just actively sitting just in the field because I knew at that point nothing was going to happen. Which is bad, but also like pretty funny if you think about it. I remember parents and like the coach being a little annoyed, but I do remember successfully pointing out the ball hasn't been hit here for the past 4 games. And I'm in the outfield. Like, I'm not going to be the cutoff man for anybody. I'm literally just sitting here waiting for when you're telling me to go back. You technically could just not have me out here and it would be a better idea. So, you know, that was not the greatest, but like, oh, it is what it was. But why does baseball relate to all this, though? Once again, I was seen as like the weakest for the team a lot of the time, and also just not a nice player. We've talked about it before on streams, but I'm learning that reiterating stuff is perfectly fine on streams, which is great. I've talked about the time where, for those who don't know what a pickle in baseball is, it's where you're a runner on a base and you're caught between, like, let's say third and home base. You're caught between third and home, and you're just having to run back and forth because you could get tagged out either way. So they're essentially playing monkey in the middle, like throwing the ball back and forth, but trying to tag you out. The thing was, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because with pickles, I was very notorious on every team across the bar that I was a really fast runner because I wasn't wearing gear. But at the same time, I was the most dickish person to be on base. I could steal bases easily, no question at it. There's a reason why, like, at some points they just didn't really have me bat and just had me be a pinch runner, because I could make it on base so easy, and I could steal bases really easily. Even when, like, I played on like teams that like were at least getting to the point where they can reasonably throw the ball pretty fast. even if they tried to throw into first, like I could easily still make it to second before the person who caught it at first base would have time to get to it. Like I loved my speed back then. Now I'm fat, so I can't. But like back then I was fast as fuck. But the reason why everyone hated me is because I would overtly piss off the pitcher and the catcher. And what I mean is you're supposed to, so when you're like leading off on a base is what it's called. You're only supposed to be like, you're not supposed to be super far away from the base, but you should at least be like, no, buddy. You should be like maybe like a meter or a yard, excuse me. It depends on where you're from. I'm going to say meters because I prefer that more. A meter, like maybe 2 meters away from the base at most. So that way, like you don't get tagged out. But I was a cocky son of a bitch and I would lead off halfway to whatever the next base is. I would be sometimes standing where the shortstop was if it was leading second to third, first to second, same thing. I'd be where the second base person is. And like my leadoff was just always, and I'm guessing like, I think in professional baseball, you can't lead off that far or something, but like, I remember as a kid, I just didn't care and I would lead off. And it was really bad though whenever I was on third base though, because from third to home, I would just be there and I would just be stretching. I would like be kind of like sitting on the line, like just waiting. And the pitcher and catcher on every team fucking hated me because I was just this cocky piece of shit that I could do it. The problem was I could back that up because I was really fast. I knew that I could, and I was really good at getting out of pickles that like, oh, Kit fucking easily handling whatever people were throwing at me. Fucking easily. That was one highlight from my baseball when I was playing when I was younger. The other was the fact that whenever I did get a chance to bat, whether they had me on at all, when they did have me bat, as long as the ball made it to the outfield in some capacity, I could usually get like a double or a triple pretty consistently. Even if it was like infield, sometimes I'd be able to get fast enough to get a double because like kids just suck at baseball. But a lot of the time I would try to hit the ball as hard as I could. And it led to inside the park home run, which is the reason why we're talking about this and why it's going to be bringing back all the way to talking about, you know, Kit and him being the worst team player of all time. So how does this all equate? So on and so forth. Well, and why I was seen as a bad player is because I struck out looking a lot of the time when I was younger. When I got older, I'm like, oh, fucking, I'm so dumb. Like, I should just swing. But, like, I just was really bad. And when I was younger, I was scared of the ball. So, whatever. But, point of this story, though, regards the inside the park home run that I had. Where it's changed. I think like baseball rules have changed to the point where they don't allow this in like all capacities, but I hit a ball when I was like, it was like maybe 5th grade. I'm thinking 5th grade or so. Oh man, I'm being texted. Hold on a second. Oh, this is going badly now. All right, that's fine. Well, I'll worry about that later. But anywho, so inside the park home run. You don't expect it from a kid, but it happened. Hit it, launched it, ran. Now, why is this a bad story? The ball almost made it to the catcher to where they could have tagged me out. But why didn't? Well, I think the rules changed in baseball nowadays, but back then the catcher could be technically in the way of the runner. When from third to home, the catcher could be essentially have their foot on the plate, but their body is on the line between third and home, if that makes sense. So like they're kind of protecting the base. And in the past, this was done so that way they could get an easy tag out if like they were in that area. But based on what happened in this case, you know, I think they changed it for safety related reasons, because once again, as a kid, don't understand inertia, but I was skinny this time. I wasn't fat. What ended up happening is out on my way to third to home, I see the catcher, he's there. And instead of going around him or jumping over him or anything, I football tackled this kid. He is in full catcher uniform. I have a helmet on and no gear. He misses the ball, obviously. And even though if I recall correctly, I was pretty sure I touched the plate when this happened, but I think they had me touch it again just to be like absolutely sure. I tackled this kid. He is just on his back, like really confused. I think he also got injured in this case. I don't remember it for sure, because I also hurt my arm while doing this, because running into somebody wearing full catcher uniform is not the smartest idea. But I was so pissed off at this guy for some reason. I don't remember the specifics, but I was so pissed off that like I football tackled him, knocked him out of the way so he couldn't catch the ball, and I touched the home base and got inside the park home run, which is like, hooray, you did it. But also I'm kind of an asshole for, you know, knocking this kid over and possibly injuring him. But I think I cut my arm or something like after the fact. So, you know, it was just not a good look. But once again, even though I got the inside the park home run, because of me colliding with this kid and me being aggressive before all of like the stuff later, coach wasn't happy, parents weren't happy. Kit still is the last of the batting order. And like I'm giving all these anecdotes because once again, I think it kind of explains why I am the way that I am when it comes to PvP games. Because moving on from there, you know, I then did swimming, and I've talked about this to death. I was last place in every single swim meet that I was ever in. Consistently last place. They're not like, I always thought I was doing well, and I never was. Even when I did butterfly, which was one of my best strokes, there was only 3 of us that did it, and I was third. And I thought it was third by a short while. No, it was third by a lot. So I just always made a fool of myself when I came to the sports and stuff. But I was always seen as like the weakest of like every link. And I know my dad had good intentions with trying to get me more into sports to try to be better, but I think it just made me hate losing and hate people who are just so much better than me because they're kids, right? And when there's kids who are doing good, whether it's in sports or otherwise, kids tend to gloat. They tend to brag and so on and so forth. And I don't like people who brag, even though I definitely brag when I win. So I'm a hypocrite, I understand. Back then, no, it was not good. You're stuck with a Kit who, when Kit won, bragging rights. When Kit lost, hatred. Pure hatred. And I think, and it just brings it all the way back down to here, is like, this is probably why I'm the way that I am. I, like, when it came to, like, trying to impress my parents with sports prowess and everything, I think I lost so much in that and kind of, like, generally been made fun of, and they were just, like, disappointed that I just got angrier and angrier at the people who won, and then proceeded to just take on, for all intents and purposes, kind of a bloodthirsty nature, where I'll win. But if it means, like, inflicting harm, apparently that's not past me. I don't want to. But it leads to me being very aggressive in nature, which is wild because I feel like you look at me and you're like, oh, Kit's not that aggressive. He's rather nice. This, that, and the other. But as we've seen with PvP games and the sort, I'm pretty sure that is what the case is. I think, rounding it all out, I think the reason why, one, I shouldn't be playing PvP games is because there's a part of me, and it's not a good part, but there is a part of me that just really wants to, I wouldn't say like physically hurt, but like hurt the other's team in a way to dissuade them from continuing. And I know that sounds crazy to hear, and trust me, I know that it's a bad thing. But if you watch Sea of Thieves, if you watch Dead by Daylight, if you watch any PvP game I've done, you 1000% can see my attitude change. Like, it's not even close. You see my attitude change from happy-go-lucky Kit, trying to have fun with friends, so on and so forth, to I want this person to be in pain. They beat me. I can't stand for that. I will make them feel shitty. Like, that's really what it's been coming down to. Once again, Sea of Thieves, I like the one stream I want to specifically reference Sea of Thieves wise is the one where we were the Flamebeard ship, or Flameheart ship, excuse me, for quite a long time, right? We were in that on that ship for quite a while, and even though once again, this is just the prime example of why I want to try to get better at it, but I'm honestly thinking that it's never going to happen. For those who didn't watch that stream or don't know, that one, we went up against a team, like we were demolishing everybody, but we went up against I think it was a brig that did not, that would not leave us alone. Like, we beat them once, and then they came back and just were doing their damnedest to try to sink us, but like it wasn't working out well for them, to the point where I came up with a plan to like turn in the ship so that way we didn't lose anything and go from there. And then, you know, the argument ensued. Problem is that after the fact, I severely disliked these people. Like, you could probably hear it in my voice during that stream that I was not a happy camper about these players that we're going up against this entire time. But after the fact, you know, they're talking cordially to like Doge, they're talking to I think they were talking to both Doge and Derpy, maybe, or maybe it was just Doge. I think it was just Doge, actually. And they're like, Doge was saying, oh, they're hyping you up, this, that, and the other. And my response is, don't care, I hate them. Like, that's pretty much what it boiled down to, is don't care, they could fuck off for all I care. Which, once again, Doge is trying to have a nice, kind conversation with them, and I am incredibly pissy. We won, but I did not give the other side anything. Excuse me there. And that's a problem, right? That's absolutely a problem. We've seen it with Dead by Daylight, like I said, and we've seen it with me. I would even say the finals is another example where even though we were going up against teams that would all say GGs and such, I did not care. Dead by Daylight especially, I would completely ridicule a lot of the people we were going up against. No, why am I here? I know there's a sailfish, but I don't need it. Yeah, I wouldn't say GG. In fact, most of the time I would ridicule the other side, whether it was survivors or killers, leading to the new rule that I placed where, you know, trying to make sure I leave those matches ASAP to prevent this from happening. Just don't say anything, just leave. I think the worst part is the games I play with friends, though, because even though I know they're my friends, it seems like that isn't even enough to stop the pure fact of me just wanting to show that I'm better in whatever way. Like, there's something telling me that I feel like in those Among Us streams, and maybe it's just me, like, probably trying to be blind to it or whatever. But I would not be surprised if there was somebody during those streams that just took it very, very badly of me, like, winning or doing what I was doing. And I would not be surprised if I was actually, like, super, like, going over the top showboating. I don't know. I'm trying to get better at it. And I say that I get better at it, and then you have last Sunday, actually. I haven't really fully talked about this on stream. I was trying to get Doge to talk about it a little bit more during Sea of Thieves, but he didn't really want to, and I can understand why. So let's break down what happened then, which is so last Sunday, Doge, there was Doge, Ellie, myself, and then a lot of Doge's friends, and Ellie's family and friends. So 7 of us total, all did an escape room together. Really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a very unique escape room, and I'm not going to explain, you know, too much in case you ever go to one similar. But it was a very, very cool escape room. It was very unique. I really liked it. It probably is my favorite escape room I've ever done, like, hands down, just due to everything. Every part of it was just really, really interesting. Right? But what happened? Well, I got elected. I think it's just the fact that nobody wanted to be the leader, and I just kind of raised my hand because I tend to be the leader in a lot of these cases. I essentially was elected to be the leader of the group for, like, organization purposes and such. Was that a good idea or a bad idea? I don't think it would have mattered either way, because I think I still would have done the same things that I did then, or had I not been the leader. But essentially, and this is something else that I think we're, not just me, but, like, the community is learning about me, is I dislike being ignored. I think that's becoming a very, very apparent situation, unfortunately, is that I hate the concept that I'm being ignored, even if I'm not being ignored. Reason I say this is because during that escape room, obviously people are trying to have fun. They're you know, we're trying to get out of it, but also, like, we're doing the best that we can. And I wanted to show that I was a good leader and, like, win it, right? However, Doge and Ellie, I know they'll listen to what I say, even though Doge has a very bad tendency of, like, being very distracted. A lot of the time be like, wait, I have an idea. And, like, I'll give him a 50-50 shot on this. Like, 50% of the time he's right, and 50% of the time he's horribly wrong. Once again, during this, I talked about this before in that escape room. He found some solutions to the, oh, that's right. That's fine. He found solutions that were incredible, and then he did some things that were really dumb. That's pretty much all there is to that one. But besides that, like, they're really good at, like, what they do, right? They're really good when it comes to I feel like I should just go at night so I can get the box jellyfish. Yeah, we're not really focusing on money right now. We're just focusing on Duff stuff. So I will go there. Yeah, we're gonna go night diving. I just gotta make sure that the box jellyfishes. Sorry, side note to story time. Just want to make sure they are 0 to 50. I think they're the only things I really am looking for, so we'll just do this for now. Anywho, no, so Doge, Ellie, and I think worked as a really well team. I think you've seen him on streams before, Manny for oh my gosh, Manny with No Man's Sky, and we'll probably see Manny again on streams at some point. He is also really good at puzzles, and I actually really like Manny's general demeanor when it comes to puzzles because like he understands them pretty quickly and is able to solve them. The only downside with Manny is that he has a tendency to like not explain to people that he's solved a puzzle, which was like the only issue I had with him. Was like he'd solve a puzzle and then tell like not the entire team but just one person like, hey, I solved the puzzle, I'm a badass. It's like, yeah, you're a badass, but like please tell the entire team. So that was a little bit of an issue, but like he's really good at it. The other three, I don't know about the family part of Ali's group, but they don't like me after all this. And then there's one person from Doge's friend group that like I've been trying to get on better terms with. Like I don't want to be seen as a dick to his entire friend group, just maybe most of it. I don't know. But it did not go well, to say the least. As the leader of the group, it was a lot of people trying to do their own thing and not really listening, and also like panicking, which would lead to me trying to explain how to do a puzzle or like where to maybe start with the puzzle. And then it didn't feel like they would be listening, and then it would just start escalating to me yelling at people. And that's a lot of what that escape room was. And I'm pretty sure this is why Doge didn't really want to fully talk about it. It's not to explain like the puzzles or anything, but because majority of it, the first half was all of us working pretty decently, but when it came down to people starting to panic because we're getting lower and lower on time, it started turning into, hey, just gonna do this. It started coming down to, hey, by the way, we're running low on time. What the fuck do we do? Oh God, we got to figure this shit out. And it's like, no, like we're still fine. And then people stop listening, and then I start getting pissy and then start yelling. And I did my damnedest to not yell at Dojo's friend, who already knows my yelling from Lethal Company. But it didn't help. Apparently she absolutely thinks I'm a huge dick, which, you know what? Fair point. Fair play. Fair play. But for everyone else, like Dojo was saying that like he wants to do more escape rooms, but he's just worried about everyone getting along. And as unfortunate as it sounds, I probably will not be joining them for more escape rooms in the future. Because even though I love escape rooms, I really, really do. But I don't think I can get over the fact of like, maybe it's me just trying to be like on this like high horse sort of thing, which I mean Doge pointed out yesterday, but it's like I could back it up. I know I fucking can. I want to see if the box jellyfish can be down here. I thought they could, but I don't think so. I might be wrong. I am totally wrong because we haven't seen them. That's right. But I'm very quickly learning that I hate being ignored. And I'm pretty sure there's some like young kit situation that led to this, or multiple situations, but it's probably the reason why I've been like the captain of the ship in Sea of Thieves, or like the leader when it comes to a lot of things. And I think it's really just because I really, really want to show that I'm a good leader. What up, Blaze? How you doing? I want to show that I'm a good leader, and I want to show that I'm like, I know what I'm doing, but at the end of the day, like, it comes down to me butting heads with everybody. I don't know. How you doing, by the way, today, Blaze? Okay. My branch good, by the way. Oh, does he have the diamond because he's manager, or is it because he's max level? Because he's max level. How many ingredients do you have? Oh, they're good on ingredients. Okay. Right. And then price. Yeah, this is what I was wanting this for. Slowly but surely, when this gets max level, this will be the greatest day. So, you're doing great? That's good. That's good. Miso. Olive oil. We just did a bunch of olive oil after all, so... Do I still need more sea dragons? Did I not get enough sea dragons? $76. All right. Okay. The story puffer is actually used in other things. You're super hungry. I have a leftover burger from yesterday. Doge bought me Red Robin because he felt bad because they switched what they were having for food yesterday, and I proceeded to eat half of that food. So I tried. I mean, we already have like so much rice, and the story puffers we're already gonna get a bunch of. So I'll do 30 of these. Okay. Switch back to this sheet. Everything should be in order for what we got. Red Robin's delicious, true. I got their lava queso burger. Doge thought that like the burger was gonna be already covered in the lava queso, but it wasn't, because that's not how it works. But no, it's a really good burger. Okay, every single one of them got purchased, so it's good. Just need to be aware. Okay. Clean this. They're way faster than I am. I'm just gonna let them do it. Oh, we oversold a little bit. Get it to go, they don't put the sauces on it. I know. See, I know that, but like Doge didn't, so. Expenses. It's fine. They made more. It's like, and I was just talking about the issues of yesterday and the escape room stuff. Hello there, wonderful Monday. Thanks for your help. Yeah. Thanks for the 1,000 gold. Or 1,500. Ooh. Even better. So 2 food, 1 affection, no discipline. Okay. So that's the Atlantic Bonito. Sick. Yeah, as long as I sell stuff. I'm hoping that these... Okay, so not everything has one. Good to know. So Atlantic Bonito, I'm going to say... do a bright purple for this. Okay. Let me do... Sorry, a few things to do. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. That. And then the rest of these did get sold. Okay, sorry, there's some... What happened yesterday? The burger would be soggy enough. True. Oop, there we go. Sorry. So first off, before I explain yesterday's stuff and escaping things. Fun fact for 100%, there are like a certain number of these Cooksta posts, and like some are just related to events that happen and others are related to what you serve. So I was under the impression that there's one for each thing that you serve. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We sold 5 different recipes that I've never sold before, according to my list, and only one of them has a Cooksta post. So now I have to make sure that specific things are done. So that's fun. Well, I'll worry about that later. Let's go to our different versions. What happened yesterday? So I played Sea of Thieves. I don't know how long you were there for the Sea of Thieves stream yesterday, Blaze, because I know you showed up for a little bit, but eat. I wouldn't say I did it in travesty, but I would say that fights did almost break out. Okay. Dude, the Donkelos doesn't do shit. Wait a second. Oh, Narwhal's over here. Right? Why are there 7 Narwhals? It's because Narwhals are used for other things. That makes sense. I was at a party, so I had to go. Yo, how was the party? Are you guys kind of going back and forth? So, ish. So what happened was so the way the Sea of Thieves stream went yesterday is that so I ended up joining late for reasons that I will not say on stream. Just know that I was about an hour and a half or 2 hours late to the Sea of Thieves session that they were already doing. But yeah, so I showed up. We did like a few like Athena things, and then our goal was to start PvP because we needed to do PvP for some of the event stuff. And like it started off well, but then it definitely became us versus the other ship versus infighting. It's probably the best way to put it. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. Us versus the other team versus infighting. What essentially happened is like we were doing really well against a lot of the other ships. One ship had cursed cannonballs, which meant that like it would mess up things on our ship, which we did not know how to like counteract. We didn't know what to do to prepare for that. We had no plan because we just didn't consider it. Now that we consider it, like we're probably a lot better to go up against it. But like at the time, you know, we just didn't consider what was going on. It led though to once we lost that one, Sparks and I, well, the round previously, I pretty much single-handedly destroyed a ship. And then got very irate when I knew when I was in that position of like how to like get the ship over there while still being boarded. But they didn't. So it was a lot of me saying, fucking deal with the issue easily and then get over to the ship so you can sink it. And it was a lot of them 3 being like, we can't do anything. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? should have already been nearby, and there was a whole back and forth. But like we won, so whatever. When we lost though against the Cursed Cannonball ship, I pointed out that we just weren't prepared for it. Sparks was pissed that we lost, and then I just switch triggered and just yelled the fuck out of Sparks for being so irate that we lost. It just completely reamed into Sparks. And then weirdly by extension Derpy and Doge, because of like it didn't feel like the situation was being helped. Sparks had to take like a little bit of a breather after that, which was fair, and I apologized. But I just was so fed up with like the idea of like it wasn't so much our fault for losing. It was the fact that we just legitimately were not prepared to fight. We weren't prepared to fight something like that. We didn't know how to handle it, and because of inexperience, we lost. Like, I'll be irate losing 9 times out of 10, absolutely. But in this case, it was like, oh fuck, none of us realized that Cursed Cannonball is like how bad that could actually affect us. They fucked us up majorly. You know what? That's something we now know how to prepare for. But it was... Ooh, Sparks okay? Yeah, Sparks is okay now. We talked it out and everything is fine. It's just like... all three of us after the fact, and it was mostly like thanks to Derpy and Doge pointing out like, hey, like both Kit and Sparks, you both need to realize that none of this is our fault for being inexperienced at PvP. It's just the fact that we went up against a group that was just really loaded on Cursed Cannonballs that it fucked us up. Like that's really what it came down to. I should really fill out this. I should do this. Name, please. Sorry, I'm gonna do a bit of typing right now. You're probably not gonna hear anything right now from the game, but trying to get everything to be like organized. So but yeah, Sparks is okay. Sparks is perfectly fine. We talked it out, like I said. Just Sparks dislikes losing for the fact that Sparks sees it as a waste of time more so when we lose, and just thinks that they're bad, which that's the complete opposite of what was happening, because Sparks was carrying us a lot of the time. So like Sparks doing pretty good. I just have a very severe hatred for PvP. So I think that's why I ended up lashing out. Because I have a very unhealthy way of looking at PvP. I was talking about it actually for like probably the first hour of the stream, funny enough. And yeah, not the greatest, I would say. I don't need that, and I don't need that. So I'm just getting a few of these on here for now. For PvP moving forward, so we talked about it after the stream, we are probably going to be doing sloop battles in Sea of Thieves, where it's Doge and I on one ship, and then Derpy and Sparks on another ship. And that way, like, there's no fighting and everything should be okay. But Doge is just also very worried about how I'm going to be when it comes to more PvP. And I don't think it's more the fact that he's worried about the fact of like how I'm going to be like against others. I think he's more so worried about the fact of how unsportsmanlike I am. It's Chutoro, not Chotoro. God damn. Just want to get through these real quick. I know. Blue head tilefish. Blue spotted. And it's better I'm working on this now than later. Yeah, that is one of those ones. And then box, jellyfish. There's so many fish in this game. Capelin. Cardinal fish. Yeah, I'm trying to get like an actual spreadsheet set up so that way I know what fish are good and which ones are not. So, cerebral crab don't need. Chambered nautilus. Nautilus. That might be max. No, it's probably not. Clearfin lionfish. I think at the end of the day, I'm much better as like a playing single player games, right? Like I really do feel like maybe like me just playing single player games is the way to go. But like there's a part of me, right, that's like, oh, I really should try expanding away from like doing single player games, but also still trying to do, you know, multiplayer, so that way I can get better and actually make friends and so on and so forth. But then I look at like, once again, the situation at the escape room where there were 3 people who know me that like know how I get when it gets to teamwork, which is I'm a terrible team player. And then there is, oh yeah, okay, never mind, we're good there. I was like, the fuck? And then you have 3 people who probably don't want to ever see me ever again, if we're being completely honest. So, and that's just going to lead to me probably not, probably not going to be joining them for whatchamacallit, for escape rooms anymore. I mean, it sucks because I love escape rooms, but if I'm definitely the problem when it comes to doing them, then, you know, I'll absolutely back out. It's the right thing to do. Why am I putting meat? I just need to... No, it's just the fucking name of the thing. Done that before? Oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Sorry, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, though. I think I didn't yell or do that badly when you and I did the escape room, or both escape rooms way back when. But at the same time, 1, it was just 2 of us, and 2, like, both of us knew more or less what we were doing. We worked really damn well as a team. But maybe it's just in this case because it's people I've like never hung out with before, or like didn't know that well. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. It's hard to say. So oh, that's why it's meat. That makes sense. It's hard to say. Yeah. I mean, the good news is we did beat the room, and I do think that was a mix of like really good teamwork as well as like good organization. I mean, we almost fucked it, and I'm still going to blame Doge for almost screwing us over with it. Manny and I will still make fun of him to this day. I don't think we said it about it too much on stream because he didn't want to hear it, and it's fair because it's so dumb, but he's adamant about his stance on it, even though the leader of the host of the room was laughing hysterically at it. By the way, I'm sorry once again if the audio is like cutting in and out. It's because of how this game is that like while I'm filling this out, it's just cutting in and out. But anyway, so not to like I said, I don't want to explore too many puzzles, even though the puzzles change and everything. There was one puzzle that involved like a clock, and like we knew that the clock hands were going to spin at some point. So what me and Manny decided to do is spin the fuck out of what we knew was going to like spin the hands, and have Doge and one other person like look at the hands on the clock and just tell us when, just to make sure that that's what was spinning, and then tell us when like where, because we knew where like what numbers it needed to go to. We just needed to make sure like which way it was going, which way went which way. According to the host, once again, this is the host, and Doge denies this, but I believe the host. The clock hands were spinning so fast, you could very clearly see that the hands were spinning. He's looking directly at it and saying they're not spinning. Him and the other person next to him both are like, nah, nothing's spinning. Even though confirmed by the host, the hands were indeed spinning rapidly, they might add. And two people looked at it, which we've discovered was Doge and the other person. It's just so funny. So fucking funny. And like that almost screwed us over. There was once again, Doge during that escape room, I think he said it was his first escape room. During that escape room, he did phenomenal with figuring out how some of the puzzles worked. Like one of the first puzzles that we did in that room, and like I said, I'm not going to spoil like specifics, but one of the first puzzles we did in that room, the man figured out so fucking fast, like even though the host was impressed by it, and it was such a cool solution too. Like he did really, really well. I'm really proud about him. But then listen, I gotta play both sides here, because at the end, him talking over me and completely like almost telling the complete incorrect things to people almost screwed the group. Weirdly enough, I think it was the clock hands again, because I was the one who walked over to the clock hands and we're like, yeah, they're very clearly moving. And I'm like saying where to like turn it. And then he is saying the opposite direction. And I'm like, the fuck do you mean, sir? Like, bro, what do you mean? I had to literally tell him to shut up and like have the person only listen to me. Which he was a little like upset about, right? Being told to like shut up. But I'm like, buddy, you are literally giving them conflicting information. Let them listen to me. We'll get through this. Holy hell. But like, once again, he did some really cool solutions, and like him, Allie did some really good solutions. Manny did some hella good solutions. I wish he vocalized what the solutions were, but that's just me. Like we knocked it out of the park. I'm gonna be honest. The two people from Allie's family, or like connected to Allie's family, who were there, I don't know what they did specifically. I think they solved one by themselves, but like for the most part, we're just kind of with us. They were just chilling. I think that was what was happening, but I don't know for sure. The other of Doja's friends, that is, okay, yeah, that's one of those. The other of Doja's friends that doesn't like me, she did some really good solutions to puzzles. I will say one of the solutions, Doge was holding both pieces of a puzzle and standing like right in front of it, like staring at it blankly and like talking to people around it, being like, I don't know what these are for. Like, what do we do? And I'm just like, look at him, look at the puzzle, look at him again, put my part of the puzzle in, and then just grabbed the stuff from him and solved the puzzle. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. He's funny, but also at the same time, like, once again, I do want to do another escape room with them. I just feel like I'd be the issue, even though I know what I'm doing and I feel pretty confident. I did really fucking well with a lot of those puzzles. It's just, I get so irritated when people aren't listening to me when I'm trying to tell them what to do in order to solve a puzzle, and then they decide not to listen. So I just get more and more irate. There's a friend who doesn't like you. I guess I haven't really fully explained on stream the friend that doesn't like me. So Doja's friend group is, so it's obviously him and his girlfriend Allie, who y'all have seen and heard on streams. There's Manny, who's been on streams before when it came to like No Man's Sky. And I think I wanted to have him on for a few other streams in the future. He's super chill, but also like kind of borders the line when it comes to some jokes. To the point we have to remind him which jokes he can say and which ones he really can't say. And sometimes I think he's forgotten like twice, and we're like, so. But there's another one of his like core friend group. I don't think she has like an actual like game name I know of, but like I know her real name, so but I'm not gonna say it, obviously. We have played Lethal Company together, and I was very vocal about me disliking how she handled and played the game, because like obviously Lethal Company, you're there to have fun and like just screw around. Like that's the main point of the game. If you're trying to do a speed run or high loot runs, that's what it is, right? But she was kind of just standing around and like not wanting to check things, not wanting to like investigate, like really didn't want to seem like she wanted to play the game for the most part. And like this was before like I was like getting irate and everything, right? Like we were just like, I know Manny was in a state, let's just say. So like I knew he wasn't doing too much, but from what I understood, like she just wasn't wanting to do anything. In fact, one of Ellie's like family who I was playing with, him and I were like getting along great because of just the shenanigans we were getting up to and how much we were doing. But like she just didn't want to do anything and like kind of just kept complaining about stuff to the point where like I just couldn't take it anymore. And I was just like, well, you don't want to fucking be here, don't fucking play. Like, I don't give a shit. Like you're just kind of wasting the space here if you're just wanting to stand around and just complain the entire time. Like, fuck off. Like, I just was so irate because if you're going to play and enjoy the game, standing around and complaining the entire time is not a good look. So I just had enough and I just said what I said. She got upset. Fair. And like Doge was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have said that. I'm like, the fuck do you mean I shouldn't have said that, dude? Like, you got somebody being just a general Debbie Downer, didn't want to play the game, or just like not even to screwing around. Like, if it's one thing if you wanted to screw around, right? If you wanted to screw around and play the game, by all means do so. Like I do it a lot in games already. That's fine. Like that's how sometimes that all goes. But if you're just going to complain the entire time, like, why are you there? Are you there specifically to play the game with someone? So that way, like, That's all their names, by the way. Like, is that the reason? Because if that's the case, then like, all right, cool. It was a bit blunt though, kid. Sometimes you have to realize and work around those people. If I recall correctly, I think leading up to that point, I was already just not in a good mood. So I think it just kind of came out super blunt, which fair. I think that's what like it led to something like that, but I don't remember for sure. I know I was like incredibly blunt though, because I just did not care. One, it was also somebody I didn't even know. So like maybe I should have been nicer, but and also too, like I just didn't care at that point. Is it you? No. You only have one. Okay. 3-2 puffer is 259. Oh, you know what? Location. So you are do freeze one row. I don't think I'm gonna need these anymore. Do I? Actually, hold on. Do like a darker red. Yeah, okay. So 3-2 puffer is good. Let's get these all over here. We'll go back. I will also say, Blaze, and this just might be just a me thing nowadays, because I haven't like connected with people in a while, like stream friends, whatever. I think I'm just at my wit's end where like I just don't think I can connect with people anymore, maybe. Oh, it was 130 to what's this one? I don't know really how to put it. Really bad at making new friends and really bad at just being around people. So, yeah. No, we've talked about it on streams before where it's like, I want to play with I want to meet other streamers and like play games with them, connect with people, actually make more friends, so on and so forth. And then we have like my new job. So like I started my new job last week, or the past 5 days rather. And, the job is not bad. I want to make that abundantly clear. The job is not bad. It's actually probably, it's shaping up to be like probably one of my more favorite jobs I've had in a while. Like that's just the truth of the matter. It's probably going to be like one of my like most like fun jobs I've had in quite some time. Not because like people or anything, but more the fact of like, I'm only at 351. That's fine. More the fact of just what I'm doing. Okay. I cannot connect with anybody at that job to save my life. Like, yeah, I'm like kind of like casually chatting with people and so on and so forth. I cannot connect with people to save my fucking life. In fact, I'm having a hard time like reading through their sarcasm a lot of the time, or just kind of their general like disposition. Am I the youngest? No. No. In fact, I think everyone's around my age, if I recall correctly. Like, I think there's 2 other people who work there who are also 28. So like we're all like the same age, or not all of us, but like quite a bit of us are all the same age. Can I capture you? I don't remember if I can. Sick. Just gonna take your stuff here. Yeah. But it's the fact that like I should make this abundantly clear, right? I should make this abundantly clear. I do not hate the people I'm working with now. I don't despise them, nothing of that sort. I do legitimately like them. It's just the fact that I don't feel like I can connect to them in any way. And that this does seem like it's going to be one of those jobs where I'm just going to kind of keep my head down and work and get through working there. But like not like actually like hanging out and such, you know? I think that's the best way to put it, is like, it's going to be a lot of me, you know, doing the work that I signed up to do and so on and so forth. But it is going to be a lot of like keeping to myself for the most part and not really like talking to other people in the office. Unless I have questions and such, which is fine. Like I don't particularly mind it, but usually like there's at least one person that I can at least reasonably connect with and like maybe just have like some casual like conversation with. But I'm also realizing that like I think it was either Doge or Cheese who like kind of related it to streaming, where like I've been having a really bad time even connecting with like newer viewers and such, like not other content creators, but like new viewers, because I've just kind of just been in this general idea that like people are just going to be like unreasonable or just extra for no reason. So it just leads to me just being very cautious. I shouldn't be cautious, especially with newer viewers, but like within this job, like first few days talked with them and I'm like, they're chill. Maybe later on somebody new will get hired. There's supposed to be one new person that's supposed to be getting hired, but I also, if I'm being real, I'm already a little iffy about, because I think I may have already met the person who they're like in the process of hiring. And like, while they're definitely good at what they do, and like they're gonna get a lot of shit done around the office, connecting wise, I think it's gonna be even harder than the others. But they're only hiring the one other person, and then it's just gonna be us until somebody leaves. So yeah, small office, which I like the small offices, but it's just, you know, rough. I don't know. That's what I was talking about earlier, is like I feel like I might just have like a general negative opinion of just a lot of people and things nowadays. Not everyone, mind you. It's just, it feels like I'm just generally like, I don't know if like me disassociating is like the right word for it, but is it mostly girls? The Office? I mean, yeah, The Office is definitely mostly girls. But there is one guy, so. But the weird thing is though, Blaze, is I've been like able to like, I've been really good with like connecting with people who either identify as female or otherwise. Is that the best way to say that? Probably not, but I'm able to like connect with females very easily a lot of the time, and usually it's the males I'm not good at connecting with. But I don't know, it's... I think I'm just avoiding the fact that I just maybe don't want to like connect with people anymore. I just want to stick to myself, which is really a bad catch-22, because it's like I really want to stream and like grow the community and like meet new people, But at the same time, I also just have a hard time connecting with people and just like want to keep my distance from everyone. So it's like, so how do you do that? And I think at the end of the day, I just got to come to the realities. Like, as much as I want to make content and everything, which I still do, still having to rework script number 7 because it's a lot. I'm getting through it. It's just this week I haven't been able to work on it, but I had to scrap the previous one. Regardless, I think I'm just gonna have to come to the conclusion that, like, if I see my friends in chat like you and Cheese and Doge and so on, obviously I'm gonna be like super cordial. With everyone else, I do want to like make it a very inviting space and talk and chill. But I'm definitely like somebody who's just keeping everybody at arm's length right now. I think this is just. I think the question, what up, Lassie? Is the question like, am I streaming just to pass the time? Like it fills something? And maybe the answer is yes to that. We're like, I don't have anything else, right? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have anyone super meaningful in my life, nor do I want anyone super meaningful because that's a bad idea right now. Do I have any hobbies? Streaming and gaming. But like not many people want to play games with me, so like it's a lot of single player games. And I literally think that now it's like this is just passing the time until maybe the inevitable happens. I don't know. I don't have anything like there is my writing, but like my writing lately has either been relating to content creation, which I've been once again having a lot of fun with writing in that aspect. It's just putting it all together is the difficult part, but it's a fun challenge. But also just writing like for fun recently has been like fun, but it just doesn't feel like rewarding or fulfilling. But I feel like not much I do feels like that. It's hard to explain. Is this the midlife crisis that people talk about, right? Like, oh, hey, look, Mjolnir. Dude, I love finding Mjolnir everywhere. It's great. Like, it's hard to say. It's really, really hard to say because maybe I'm in that midlife crisis where like it's like I kind of know what I want to do, right? Like I want to write and make content and like talk about games because it's the one thing I'm super passionate about. But like right now, I'm not connecting with anybody. I'm not like, I'm kind of just like a blank stare a lot of the time, which I know is different from how I am now, but maybe just on stream, I'm just, maybe the way to put it is on stream, you can see like, we're talking about this with Raging Loop, where like some characters you can see like the brightness in their eyes when they're like excited or something, and you see like the little glow in their eye. But then there's other times where like shit hits serious or like depressing and there's just like no light. It's like in streaming, my eyes are just bright and filled. Maybe it's also just the screen, but like it's bright and you can see like the energy and like the excitement because it's streaming. But then I turn off the stream and it's just dull. Like dull eyes, blank stare, like that sort of thing. Even with what happened yesterday, like I can't talk about it yesterday. Just know that yesterday I'm pretty sure my eyes were completely dull and like lifeless. Which, considering what happened, is like the worst thing, I feel like. Also, hold on. Getting texts. Sorry, I'm just getting texts. Doge is also out right now because I think he's getting the last bit of stuff he needs for his new computer. And he should be getting his new computer like actually up and running today. His new computer looks great, but he got all the hardware, just none of the software. So that was a fun experience on Thursday. It was like, I'm going to be so ready to like be able to stream and this, that, and the other. Shit. Like you forgot some like stuff for like Windows and whatnot. So Doge is a funny guy. Oh, come on. What? I've never seen that before. He dug into the ground. Okay, cool. I don't know. Today I'm hoping today goes better. Overall, I'm hoping just, I'm hoping for good stuff. I'm hoping for just good vibes, good feels. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, the reason I ended up streaming Dave the Diver first today is just I wanted to just have a chill stream where I can kind of like air out my thoughts generally before I moved on to like Raging Loop or some other stuff. Because, I don't know, there's only so much a mirror can do when you're out your thoughts. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I am definitely somebody full on that I will like, if I'm just by myself in wherever there's a mirror, I will talk to the mirror to just air out my thoughts and just to get them all in order. And it probably sounds weird and strange, but like good vibes is great. True. But yeah, no, I do that a lot to just be like, this is what's going through my head. Usually writing it down sometimes helps, but it's a lot of like, it's like, I need to talk to someone, and why not talk to myself? Which maybe is not a good idea. I don't know. It's also how I decide a lot of like if Cheese or Sparks are not free to like help me with maybe some ideas for streams, or like Doge, which Doge is hardly ever free. What I end up doing is just like also going to the mirror to like pitch some ideas to myself. This sounds depressing, but it's the truth, so whatever. There's a few games that I've like wanted to stream. Like there would be some like new games to stream at some point. There's still a lot of games in the past I need to 100% and go back to. Catherine's being the big one right now that I need to do. But boy, there was one game that I was like considering playing that I pitched to Cheese, and Cheese did not even want to hear. Like I said what the name of the game is, and then Cheese just was like, nope. Hard veto. 0 out of 10. No. Tried to explain it with the game. No. Didn't even get past the first sentence. Even though, like, I get where the Cheese is coming from, even just with the name, but like, Cheese should not be surprised at this point. What is it? So it's a game made by, I think it's produced by, what's the company that makes games about printies? I can't remember. It's a game released on PC called Tokyo Tattoo Girls, which, like, yeah, the name alone sounds a little off, but I think it's you're helping different it's like girls in China. I think it's China, it might be Japan. It's one of the two where they essentially, it's a strategy game similar to like, you essentially, if like Risk might be the best way to put it, but instead you're the tattoo artist for these girls to like give them like additional powers in order to conquer the land, sort of thing. It's like a lot of, I think it's a lot of diplomacy sort of stuff, and maybe there's fighting. I don't know. No one really talks about anything else in the game other than the fact that like a lot of the time it's just the really cool tattoos that you can put on the girls. I thought it was cool because tattoos. And, you know, and once again, you say the name and you're raising eyebrows, but like, I thought it looked cool. Thing is, I'm pretty sure it's also a dating sim. And if it is a dating sim too, then I'm not complaining either way. Also, today's Saturday, right? Nikkei should be probably releasing some new information today for new events. I think the second part of their summer event's going to happen. I'm so glad I'm still playing Nikkei. I was really worried, not gonna lie, that like it was gonna be like another one of the gacha games I play where like after a year or two I'm just gonna stop playing it and just regret all my life choices. But no, it's actually been really, really good. I still need to get through the recent story in Nikkei. The only reason I haven't is because I'm scared. It's one of those things when you're reading through a story and you get an idea of like what's gonna happen, and it's like, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Do I have to? I'm so scared. Why? So. Now, game-wise, what I've been playing recently. God, what have I been playing recently? I haven't really been playing too many games off stream other than gacha games, to be fair. Because, like, I've still just been playing Nikkei and Blue Archive. Blue Archive's global festival thing is about to end. I got some really, really good pulls, though, in that. I saved up. I've been watching, there's this one content creator who does like all things gacha games. Not as big as like some of the big ones out there, but honestly, like he's very, very knowledgeable from what I know. And at least he covers like a whole wide array of gacha games that like, I would trust his knowledge. His name was Guitar Rock First, I think is the channel. Covers all sorts of good games. I actually just covered the trailer for Tribe 9. And it's so interesting seeing somebody react to that who is not like he didn't seem like super aware of what Danganronpa was, even though it's made by the same creator. And although he wasn't like a big fan of just how everything looked, because it kind of, the trailer doesn't portray the game that well. He said that it was at least like interesting enough and had characters that you don't typically see in gachas. Like he makes it a big point that if there's like a fat guy or fat girl in gacha games, more so the guys, that's like absolutely huge, because not just the pun, but the fact that like they're trying to get every different type of person into the game, which like is really cool, which I agree with. It was interesting seeing his response to that, but he also covers like a bunch of Blue Archive and Nikkei stuff, especially helping out when I tried to do like a bunch of stuff regarding union raids and solo raids in that game. But Yeah, no, he had a video, it was like recommending holding off spending the in-game currency for polls until the festival happened. And fucker was so right. So right indeed. Because I was like, maybe should I? And then I held off, and then I got 3 really good units. I didn't get Mika though. I wanted Mika. Because I know she's like cracked in Blue Archive. But I got some good pulls. It's definitely like, gosh, Blue Archive is good. It has some odd, but I was talking to, I think I said this maybe on a stream. I was talking to Doge, and God, maybe I was messaging Spring about it. I don't know for sure, but I think I was talking about it actually during a Sea of Thieves stream, where I think Blue Archive and Nikke right now for me are both like this. I wouldn't say like the same, like story wise or like character wise, but they're both really good games in different ways. I think I have a better way of explaining it now than I did like the few days ago, where Nikke's story is purely based on, it feels purely based on emotion and like reacting to the stuff that is happening in the world and how like it's affecting essentially a specific part of the world, which are the Nikkes. And it's like humanity are all dickheads, but you're like the only nice human. Well, there's like a few, but like you're the main nice human. And like helping the Nikkes out. Yes, there's also a lot of fan service, but like the story actually is like very emotional and tugs on the heartstrings. And like I like that emotional storytelling. Then you get to like the Bond stories of Nikke and like the events, which like they're really well written and there is emotion, but it definitely strays away from what I think myself and a lot of the people who play Nikke think the commander should be like, which is I guess the best way to put it is harem commander. That's the stream safe version is what I can say. But but like it's still like really emotional and really good storytelling, which is once again the reason why I don't want to do the campaign right now for like the newest chapters in Nikke is strictly because I know it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna tug at my heartstrings. I know I'm gonna freaking probably start sobbing or something. Like I don't know. The story is always super emotional and really really good. And I played like the first 3 chapters, and I already know that it's gonna get to a point where I'm just gonna like heartstrings are gonna get tugged. I know it, and like emotions are gonna be fucked with. But then I got like, then you go to Blue Archive, and Blue Archive completely like different sort of game in that aspect. If you say that game is fan service, you would be right, but I also think everyone would look at you weird. But like that one is more, you're a teacher just trying to direct your students into like the right direction, more or less, which is what they really like do try to get across. But it's also like very true. Like that is what they're doing. Please tell me I got the turtle. We got the turtle! Sick. All right, that is 4. Here's a question. So when do I need to do this? So... okay, so now it's going to be in the morning. So we got a rebirth in the morning. So we're just not going to do anything for that now. Let's go to the farm. What was I saying? Kit brain don't work sometimes. You know? Yeah. My ring light's so weird. It's like kind of behind things, whatever. I don't think I need anything. We got 2 of those. That's right, I don't have any money. That's fine. Let's see if you need a bunch of narwhal horns. That would be fucking nice. I figured. Anywho, no, Blue Archive, because yeah, you're just like your sensei helping students, and everyone has a gun. Like, yeah, but it's also like, I don't know. He's like the best teacher, is what Sensei is when it comes to Blue Archive, because like he pretty much is the person who he meets the students, just is truly himself when he first talks to the students, and then after like talking to them for a little bit, realizes what like will get them to like respond and like get them to like actually talk to him, and then just doubles down on it. Like, yeah, there's definitely fan service. I get it. But then like thinking more on it, you're like, no, that's like, it's weird, but like that's his way of like getting through. If you've watched or like know about the Blue Archive anime that's on YouTube, and actually it's now English subbed. I think almost all the episodes are at this rate. There's the one scene that will always get referenced, where Sensei has to ask for, that's going to be the protagonist's name in the anime. Sensei has to ask for one of the other school's help on a situation that's happening. Not to spoil it too much, I highly recommend watching it. One of the people who are like kind of slightly representing the school tries to do a joke to say like, well, if you get down on my feet, on your knees and like suck my feet, is like how it actually says, then maybe I'll consider helping you. To which, no hesitation, he does just that. To which she's completely thrown off by his nonchalant attitude at this, and when the actual like leader of the school shows up and she witnesses what's happening, obviously a little disturbed, but like learns why that just happened, because he's willing to do whatever it takes to like to help his students out, even if it's like convincing them, because he knew like even just saying just please drop the act and like help wasn't going to do anything, so he had to prove it. And like as like a regular anime viewer and watching that, you're probably like really weirded out. Probably as a player, you probably might be weirded out. But then I think about like more of the recent stuff, or like some of the recent Bond events in Blue Archive, where Sensei, like the first Bond event is usually like either getting to know the person a little bit more, or like kind of just like talking to them to learn more about them and how to like properly react to them. And then second to fifth or sixth, depending on the character, those Bond events are like Sensei realizing what his personality or what his words have to do in order to at least get through to the student and like appease them, is like the best way to put it. Like the ones that like can come to mind are Akko, who you very quickly realize that she just wants to be like talked down to, is like the best way to put it. Like she takes her stress out on everybody, and she's very, very bad at managing her stress. Like really, really bad at handling stressful situations. But if Sensei like talks down to her and like tries to be a little bit immature around her, she just full send like starts listing and realizes like a lot of stuff, which he apologizes for going like overboard, but sometimes it's the only way to get through to her. Another one's Himari, who is weirdly, I think she's the only like actual disabled student in the game, because she uses a wheelchair to get around. But she acts as like that she is like super like over the top amazing hacker, which she is. But like Sensei realizes after like the first 2 meetings that in order to get through to her, to like actually have a conversation with her, a lot of it is what up, Sarks? A lot of it is he has to play into her like over the top attitude in order to like actually hold a conversation with her. And it works because he'll play into it and like it appeases her enough to be able to like have a conversation and get through to her. I think the more recent one is Makoto from Gehenna, who she just thinks she's like the greatest and best leader of all time. But as long as like Sensei speaks reasonably and like kind of just dances around a lot of issues, appeases her enough to actually hold sufficient conversations. So once again, they're both like really well written in different ways. I know that Blue Archive's story gets emotional at some points, which I haven't. The first chapter end of chapter 1 or volume 1. Yeah, volume 1. Really good, really emotional. I've only done half a volume 2, which that one wasn't that emotional. That one's more funny. But I've heard it gets better, so. But I think both are really good. I haven't played any other gachas. I know Ray was trying to get me to go back into to Udapri, because Udapri just recently released in... Okay, I gotta do thing? No worries, Sparks. Yeah, Ray tried to get me back in Udapri because it just released like Japan only recently. Which I haven't downloaded, but the reason I'm not playing it is because I'm trying to be better with my money, and I don't want to have any other excuse to try to spend money on games. Like I've broken it down to where I'm only going to keep playing Blue Archive and Nikke, because I really do enjoy both of those games. That being said, I think y'all will be proud to know that I did not start Brown Dust. I had it downloaded, but I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to get into it. As much as I think that the game would probably suit me, I think I did a good job not playing it. For those who don't know, Nikke has most fan service, but I would say Brown Dust recently has some pretty darn good fan service as well. Besides that, like I've been getting better at it. But I know with my money right now, a lot of my money should be going to obviously getting myself out of debt. That's like the prime thing. And as much as I know I'm like weird when it comes to like streaming and still bad at it, I'm pretty sure, suffice to say, I would love to just keep investing into like making the streams better, whether it's commissioning more people, hopefully with less bad luck, or you know, being able to actually like do the stuff that I actually really want to do, you know. That's the plan. But at the end of the day, like everything's just kind of going towards food, travel, like expenses when it comes to me driving around, games and streams, and debt. Like that's really what's going to go for. And I think moving forward, that's probably all it's going to be going for. So. Have y'all been recently hit with like the question of like, what do you see yourself doing in 5 to 10 years? Because I get that question a lot, and usually when it comes to like work, when they ask that, I usually just kind of like beat around the bush the entire time. Like I'll say something of like super generic, like, oh, I don't know, like I just want to make sure I'm in a good place with just, you know, a job that I can grow in and like stick with for long term and this, that, and the other. cookie cutter response, I know, but like that's usually what I say. But like thinking about it, so this is not going to sound good, but like whatever. I think like my answer nowadays is just like, where do I see myself in 5 years? In 5 years, I see myself just doing the same thing, just trying to scrape by, trying to get by. Hopefully I'm out of debt, but just sticking to myself and sticking along this wild ride that I found myself in. But then when they asked in 10 years, it's pretty much the same thing. I see myself literally just sticking with where I am. Hopefully in a place by myself, so I don't have to stop being a hindrance to Doge and Allie. And just being sufficient with keeping to myself. That's the plan, at least. Which I know doesn't sound like the greatest. It's like, do you have any aspirations? Do you have any goals? What are you gonna do when you go to college next year? Stop. Well, like, going to college, first off, I still will stick by with what I say. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully. In the past, I was always like, hey, don't have to choose your major immediately when going to college. Like, don't feel like you have to be pressured to choose immediately. And in the past, I'm pretty sure I've said in the past, like, don't worry about it. Like, don't try to overthink when you're going to college. You don't think you have to choose a major immediately. Just take your time. And that still stays true today. Like, if you are going into college, like Bossy, I know relatively soon you're probably going to be, you don't need to choose a major immediately. Really just get your like general like studies out of the way first. After like the first year, just do like, you know, general English, like similar to high school, right? General English, general like pre-calc, calculus, whatever. Like get like the general studies out of the way, maybe even a secondary language, because that there's some degrees that like require it. Just get that stuff out of the way and like focus on that. But then by your second year, you should try to find something that that you like, or you would just go, new thing I would add on to it is go to like an advisor and just see what credits you have the closest to. And if you just want to get a degree just to say you have a degree and you have no idea what you want to do, there's probably, I think there are degrees out there that are just like super general, that by doing like the super general degrees, like they don't give you any like go one way or the other, but you at least can you say like you have a degree at least. It's like something to think about. Like for me, yeah, I was this outlier because I wanted to do English right from the get-go. And while some will still say that it's a super dumb idea, I think it was a great idea because it makes my writing that way better, both for content-wise, but also like, excuse me, for content-wise, but also for like work-wise too. Gosh, y'all don't even know the fucking insanity of, is there really nothing up here? Curious. Nah, it was hidden. I fucking knew it. During one of my new hire orientation, they were like talking about like some ways to like calm down patients and such because of like the practice that we're like supporting. And I broke out the ethos, pathos, logos, baby. I broke that out. I was like, yeah, you got to hit them with the ethical. You got to hit them with the logical, with the emotional, the ethos, logos, and pathos. Everyone looking at me like, did he just bring up high school fucking English courses to describe how he's going to persuade people? You're damn right I did. And guess what? I was 1000% correct. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I needed to do. And I told them straight up, if you're going to try to convince somebody, there's a reason why you're taught ethos, pathos, logos. because it's effective. It's really fucking good. Oops. And everyone looking at me like I'm crazy for saying it, but it's the truth. So I'm drinking weird because my mic's in the way. But oh, I can hit you when you're like that. That's cool. Yeah, I live by it when it comes to persuasive writing. It's helped me ever since then, and it will always probably continue to help me if I need anything persuasive. Get applied to the ethical part of them. Get applied to the logical parts. Get applied to their emotions. Usually emotions is the best one, but it usually differs from person to person. Like, bro, your health's important. I know that money's tight, but you're not going to be making money if you dissuade your health. Then it's just going to be even harder, and it's going to be more expensive. You got to stop it. You got to get to it now rather than later. You know, you got to hit them with the truth. The truth can hurt. But it is what it is. I'm glad I went to college for the brief time that I did. I think it even the courses, even though I wasn't there for too long and I didn't take that many courses, I think the courses that I did take really did stand out. Like, they were really helpful and really, really good. I think I probably stayed longer there than I would have liked to, but hindsight is 20/20, as they say. But if hindsight's truly 20/20, then let's be real, I should have gone there for video production. So it's fine though. It's fine. Tiger shark. Life is weird, though. To say the very least, life is... Do I need to quote the game? Life is strange. It really is. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going through my midlife crisis right now or what, but, you know. Midlife crisis at 28. I'm only living to 56. Let's go. Just kidding. No, I could just do this. Oh, God. I'm being chased. Excuse me. God, I'm still tired. I know I said in the Discord that I overslept today, and it's like, why the fuck do you think you yeah, it's noon, but like, why'd you think you oversleep, sort of thing. I didn't really sleep that well last night, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I could even classify it as the dream that I have being like another a script in the making sort of thing. For those who are unaware, some of the dreams I've been having lately have been really I think so cool that I tend to turn them into just I'll write them on my idea board to just use later for maybe even a potential story, game idea if I ever get into that industry, something of the sort. But this one is I don't know. I really don't know if I would say that this one is... I could see how it could be one, but I don't know. like, oh, it's hard to explain because the idea in question at its core seems like a good visual novel game idea, like something along those lines. But the more like I'm thinking about the dream that I had, that like it just essentially kept going. Like I'd wake up, because it was actually a nightmare, fun fact. But like still the story was good enough that I would go back to sleep hoping to get the nightmare again so that way I can get more information to maybe make a story out of it. And I did, but like a lot of it was, hey, Kit just woke up again from, you know, I woke up again and I woke up again and I woke up. Oh my Lord, it's a Merlin. Anyway, I was like, woke up again and then I went back to sleep. Like, I think I like periodically woke up like maybe 6 or 7 times. So, you know, not the greatest, but whatever. But it was like, it was a cool idea. Like, I still think I could make a story out of it. I don't know. I just, to explain what it was for those who are, wow, that was a 4. That was kind of insane what just happened there. Yeah, so the idea is was essentially like, it was a death game sort of situation, but it was like kind of random chance death game-ish sort of thing. I don't know. It was like essentially there was a lot of players, with me being one of them, and in teams, it would vary from like teams of 2 to like, I think it was 8 was the max one, would go into like a room or like be directed to a room, and it would tell you on like a board if the game you were about to play was a game of chance, skill, or wit. And maybe I saw this from like a game that already exists or like an anime or something, I don't know. But it was like game of chance, game of skill, game of wit. And if it was game of chance, it was purely luck based of what was about to happen. You had 0 control. In the dream, I think the one that like, one of the ones that like I fully remember, excuse me, was, it was like a row of like 8 and you were just like, this is your spot. Like you didn't get to choose your spot. You just were like, this is your spot. By the way, you're sitting here and random punishments are going to happen. Last one who doesn't die moves on. It's like, excuse me. Like, couldn't you just have us like rotate around or something? But like, I don't know. There was like a lot of like weird things. Like the dream was, every time I woke up is when I lost. Fun fact. So that was fun. But it was always the game of chance that I ended up losing. Which is funny because it's like, oh, Kit luck. It's like, man, I wasn't lucky in that dream. That's for fucking sure. But like, it had a cool concept. I just like, when I woke up, I was like trying to think of like how I would turn it into an actual story, right? We need box jellyfish. That's right. Let's go in. But yeah, I was really like trying to think of like, how do I turn this into a story? It would be a visual novel, like sort of death game, but like, I don't know, the chance of like the game of chance stuff seemed kind of like weird, but like, how would you make that work sort of thing? Like, I don't know. There was, you good? Like there was so many like, what would I do sort of situations. Talking about it out loud now, like I think I have an idea of like how I would make it work or like what I would write it into. If it was in like a visual novel sort of story standpoint, I think I have an idea of like how I would make it work. But I don't know. It's so weird because while I liked the idea at the end of the day, and I think it would have been like an interesting idea. Whenever you get like one of those things, it's like, it's a game of chance, and you're trying to turn it into like a story of some kind, I feel like it's just unreasonably difficult. I mean, maybe if I turned it into a game, what I would probably do would be like randomly when you make it there, like it switches which seat that you're in. And it's just random every time. Oh, you break those. That's good to know. Ow. See you later. But once again, some of those situations, like, they definitely would like take a while. Like, when it comes to my ideas, because yeah, one of my life goals is essentially making a video game of some kind. Probably would be like a visual novel or something deeply story based, but that's just, you know, because I like stories. But like a lot of my ideas that I want to do, I am so down to write like all the different permutations of how a character is gonna deal with like a situation. Like if it's like, hey, 1 of a 6 chance, like how would you write the character goes in and is like forced to sit in a seat and they don't get to choose, and that seat determines like where they sit, sort of thing. And I would sit there and be like, okay, well, I know the answer there, because I would write 6 different scenarios depending on where they are and go from there. Like, but that's legitimately what I would do, is I would be like, yeah, the player would just like 1 out of 6 chance, they would go in and ow. Broski. Grab you. But then you also have to think of the players, like, do you like, because then you're thinking like Zero Escape, where like the first time you get in there, you're like super lucky, or like you're unlucky, and then after 3 times you suddenly become insanely lucky to like beat something. And like maybe that would be like a good play, but I would probably do it where like you legitimately every time have a 1 out of 6 chance to be seated in a different like area in order to potentially move on in that path. Or like you could survive 3 out of the 6 of them, and they would lead you to different paths depending on how, like, which one you survived. Like there's like, once again, there's always like a bunch of different options going on in my head, and I'd be down to like, if anybody like wanted to like take a risk and be like, let's use Kit's idea for like a visual novel sort of game or death game sort of thing, I would totally be like, I'm so down. Like I would write my heart out of all the different, like I said, permutations of things. Even if there's like one at some point where like the game's like, you weren't supposed to do that. Like, how would you do that? Like I would think of a way of like attributing that, being like, and so this character did this. They shouldn't have been able to, yet somehow they did. I feel like I would also be really good at those sort of, what is it? It's like the choose your own adventure sort of games, but it's more of the, oh my gosh, like Treasure Island, where you have to like type in your responses sort of thing. Oh, that would be cool. Anyway. All right, we got some more We got some more recipes to do. So let's take a look at level. Clownfish sushi. So we'll go one for you. One clownfish sushi. Combo sushi. Pyramid butterfly fish. Sushi. Okay. Orbicular batfish. Blue tang. Already did. Rainbow rice. Sushi. And finally, small spotted dart. Sick. And then we'll just do price. Dude, some of these are crazy. Skewered cucumbers. Why are these so expensive? I mean, I'll take them, but like, why are they so expensive? Oh, that's a shit ton of olive oil. Okay. Yellowfin tuna. Let's go. Sea Dragon Onigiri is maxed. Let's take a look at this. Sea Dragons. That is their only one. So Sea Dragon goes up to 388 with no additional recipes. I don't think we need these anymore. Hydrothermal. So I'll put there. I would say we don't need these anymore. So I'm just going to deliver the rest of them over to here. And they aren't in anywhere else, so that's good. I should have sold at least one of them, but that's fine. Yellowfin tuna chitoro. But I think that's used for something else, so we'll hold off. Atlantic anglerfish. If I do need to make a dish, like I said, I'll just go catch it again. It's not that big of a deal. You're still needed. And then it was yellowfin tuna chitoro. Yeah. Also used. Bluehead tilefin. You. Alright. We can get rid of you. Bluehead tilefin. 55 max. We definitely do not need these anymore. And you are 50 meters to 130 meters. I feel like I should hold on to these. Well, I mean, they should be selling, but I think they're selling. All right, let's price. What are we looking at? Actually, is there anything else I can upgrade? Nope. All right. So, what do we want to sell? I mean, we could sell 20 of these. I sold 16 last time, so 20 should be fine. 23, yeah, okay. All right, let's open Bancho Sushi. My team should be fast as fuck. Let it be known. Look at him. So fast. You're salivating? Crazy. Tips. Dude, sometimes getting the tips. 81. Not bad. I'm not doing cocktails. I don't need to. Fill up that. Listen, I am just here to clean. That is all I'm here for. Hello. Not that much to clean. Oh, did everything sell? I didn't see if everything sold. Wait, I could check. The positives of streaming. Yes, it did. Let's fucking go, bro. I don't care about our expenses. Net profit down. Tiger shark meat. That's fine. All right. It's party time. No new cooks to posts. All right. You. What about you? You and you. That's 6, 3, 4, 5. 6. Yes. Interesting. Are you dead? Nope. It's time to rebirth. The turtle is dead. That happened. All right. Well, next is should we go for a little squid friend? I think we should go for a little squid friend. No discipline, no affection, and just food. Oh, okay. So that's actually easy. Sick. Farm, that's all good. I got the muns. Let's go to the fish. I think Doja's home or somebody's home. I hear something. Here's the thing, I'm not going to get rid of the fish that are in there until like later. How much? 50%? Okay. Cool that those are still growing. Because I need to make the sushi that's needed first. Sick. To the farm. And it's time. Cucumber time. I really would like to start making more expensive dishes, though, if I'm being honest. Part of me actually just wants to, skip time right now. See if we can get some more money. Still a lot of diving, so... Yeah, I think Doge is back. Well, we'll have a lot of marlin meat, that's for sure. Run, Dave, run! Bancha Sushi is our place to be. 15. So what am I doing? I'm just trying to go for like hydrothermal vent shit, right? Or do I just have no idea what I'm trying to do? I think the answer is the latter. Fun. Okay. I mean, we're growing a shit ton of cucumbers. Are there any of these that like require cucumbers? I think I actually have all the recipes that require cucumbers now that I think about it. I'm gonna hold off. Seasoning, no plants. Yeah, I have all the cucumbers. It's kind of what we're focusing on. We need black coral. Maybe I can try to find the recipes that need a black coral. Because that's what we're growing down there right now. So if I can get that out of the way, that would be sick. Where the fuck is what I'm looking for? None of these. Okay, Capelands. So you're one of them. I just realized what you are. Okay. You're black coral, so let's get you. Shit. Okay. It's been a while since we've seen some of these. Just black pepper. This one's slowly getting up there. Pelican eel's getting up there. Alaskan pollock. I guess we should check that. Alaskan pollock is actually maxed, so. I don't think we'll need it anymore. I'm just kind of like debating. This is hydrothermal. And no, we don't need you anymore. Is there anything else we don't need? That needs turmeric. Got it. Lobfish, snow crab, Arctic cod, Dumbo the octopus, peacock squid, barrel eye. I think barrel eye is only just that. Nope, barrel eye is used in a shit ton of stuff. Good to know. Copper shark meat, also used in something else. Really feel like I should just start like just get the name and just get it on the list and go from there. It's like the agar Tokaretkin. Oh, I should probably put on the new shit. Fuck. Have I only done research today? Well, I know we've done the one with the capelands, so that's roasted capelin. Roasted capelin. I think that's the only one I've done, right? Because yeah, no, I've been saving up. So roasted capelin. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I was like, oh shit. Alaska pollock sushi. So we'll put you on there immediately. We're gonna put the Alaska pollock sushi. American lobster sushi. Like, I don't care if these are like cheap. It's just so that way we can make sure they don't have any cooks to posts related to them. Antarctic octopus. The cod. An Arctic telescope fish. You can get fucked, dumbass. Alright, sick. Why am I tired? Shouldn't be tired. I also need to keep money because we got Buddy Boy on the way. Official breed, as long as there's two of the same species. It's true. Oh, it's Marlin Day. Ugh, I forgot about that. Puts everything on the menu. Forgets it's Marlin Day. Part of me just wants to get all the recipes actually out of the way. Well, don't I have like some max level Marlin shit? Yes. Garlic and miso. Serves 6. I'm just gonna put like 40 on the menu, so it should be everything. It's so bad because it's like I know I need some of this stuff and it's like I don't know what to say about that one. Narwhal tusk. Oh my gosh, it's just like catching the same things that we just haven't been able to get. And I still need fucking shark heads. And fuck it. We'll get what we get. Alright. Back to the sea people area. I think we'll do one more round. And then we should be good. Glacial area. Epilogue friends. Alright, well. I don't need sea dragons anymore. So literally, this is actually kind of insane what I'm about to say. This just got so much faster since we don't need them anymore. It's just defeat a narwhal. We did get another tusk. Let's go. This just got so much faster. Like once it's like, oh yeah, you don't need the sea dragons anymore. It's like, oh, cool. So now we just go straight down. We just gotta find rubies, and then we just go back up. And I'll still grab everything I need to. Cape Lynn. Once again, all the fish are just gonna be breeding, so it shouldn't be that bad. Like, we can grab some of the fish that I need here. Like, I was debating, like, oh, should I try to grab, like, some other fish while I'm here? And, like, well, probably is a good idea. I don't know what fish I really need nor want. So... like, hydrothermal vents, super easy. Glacial area, a little bit difficult. I'll probably, between this time, because, like, we're still gonna be streaming this game, because I enjoy it. It's a super chill time. I would also just like to figure out what fish... I mean, once again, I don't know if, like, maybe even just doing the... just time skipping might be the better idea. Like, is time skipping just the best idea to do? Like, just get... alright, bitch. Just get the fish that I need and then just get out for weapons? Could be. Hello, Dunkle. Like, it honestly could be. Or maybe it's faster. I don't know if it's faster or not. And it would take a long time to test if it's faster to just try to catch all the fish yourself while breeding, or just leaving it to breeding and time skipping. Like, I know I'm catching these ones here because I know I need them for stuff still. And, like, I guess I don't need fragments anymore because I'm just going to need to buy it from the dude. But also I still need to buy a whole bunch of expensive stuff for him, so it's just worth it to do this. Also, there was no rubies this path, or this run. It's just really hard to say. At the end of the day, it's incredibly hard to say, like, what is needed and what's not. Like, Tober Night. Probably don't need it. I could probably sell a bunch of it, but it's nice to have, so. Also, catching more of the fish just gets you more while you're there. So I guess it is probably faster to catch them while at the same time if you know what you need to catch, which right now I don't. I really should make a list, which I'll probably do off stream. I think I said that the last 2 times and then I forget to. So this time, 1000%, after I end off the stream, it's just going to be look at the fish that I need from each area, make the list, just do it. I gotta figure out, like, how much meat, though, of each I need is the other thing. But, you know what? I wonder how much the different ranges are for the fish. Because you need, like, a generally increasing amount each time. That would be something, right? I'm gonna say, generally speaking, I'm just doing some math in my head right now. I'm gonna say you would need 200 pieces of meat per recipe. I think that's like the general, like, safe number, let's just say in quotes, is 200 pieces of meat per... You're a shark. Okay. Please don't eat me. Yeah, I'm gonna say 200 pieces of meat, give or take. You do exist. Because I need a lot of your shit, too. Didn't get it. It's fine. So maybe I just want to make a list of, like, what needs at least... I wouldn't say what needs, like, 200, but maybe... God, that's actually hard to think about, because... there's so many different variables. And there's also some food, some, like, dishes that we're serving more than others. But then it can just go over to the branch, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, okay, so we'll just do, like, 200 per, and then once we get to, like, something, we just kind of subtract it each time. If we haven't hit, like, our general goal. Okay. Yeah, that will be definitely what we do. It sounds odd, but, like, I'll explain it once we get to where we're getting to. For that, though, we just need to get out of the depths, because I think there's only one of those rhino fish that show up. If there are more than one rhino fish, that'd be great, but I don't think there's going to be another one. Diving time. I don't need amethyst. Like, there's so many things I'm like, oh, maybe I need this, maybe I need that. But it's like, I don't. I really don't. Should be right up here. Yeah. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. So yeah, after we do, so we'll do this, we'll do afternoon, and then we will end off, or then we'll do sushi, we'll do the Marlin Sushi Fest. And then after this stream, I'm going to just do a few, like, Dave the Diver things, like, off stream, that just, like, keeping track of what I need. And then... can I read a bunch today? Is like the question. Because we got Raging Loop planned today, and then like whatever else I'm feeling, more or less. So I know Cheese might have wanted to do Guilty Gear today, but I think after yesterday, I'm worried that Guilty Gear is just going to be a terrible idea that's just going to go back to square one. Then I need to figure out what we're going to do regarding it. Because even though I really want to finish Guilty Gear, I also don't want to lose a friend. So, you know. If we do Raging Loop today, this could be about 3 to 4 hours of talking, which is cool and all. Just gonna get rid of the fucking bonito. I don't need it. But also my throat's going to be shot. But no, if I do that from like 6 to 10 and then do an hour break and then finish up with like, say, Graveyard Keeper. Or I could do Sea of Thieves solo today. Because like, I know we've been playing a bunch of Sea of Thieves, but I'm wondering if I should do like solo to like get some stuff done from that like I don't think the group would want to do. So now I have to do some Tall Tales like 5 times. But like, because I'd be down to do the Tall Tales 5 times. But I don't think like, say, Doge would want to. Sparks would want to though. It is thinking. Hi, Tiger Shark. You missed. You still missed. I'm grabbing your friend here. Wow, 2 for the price of 1. Sick. Just gonna keep swimming up. No puffer sex today. Here's this guy. I just need your head. His head's gone. The fact that I need like 150 of that sort of shark's head though, it definitely tells me like the developers did not think that you're stuck. I don't really care. Yeah, no, I don't think they considered that somebody was gonna try to max out everything. Oh, there was also some, I totally spaced on this. Apparently the developers of this game really want to do like some more stuff with like more updates and stuff to Dave the Diver. So I don't know the specifics, but I think there was like a post on their Reddit that one of the developers was like, yo, I'd be so like, we got some more plans on the way, so on and so forth. If it's a sequel, that would be crazy. But I think what they're thinking about is just doing like another update or something. So hopefully there's going to be some news relatively soon. I am personally really hoping that Aegis Squad from Nikkei get put into the game as like either servers or something. I would love that personally, but you know, that's just a kit thing, not a everybody thing. So, you know, I get it. So there's more that's going to be coming with this game. So like, I'm definitely going to be covering it once it comes out, but it's just going to be like, what is it going to be when it comes out? You are short fin Mako. You are a fucking big fucking shark. I didn't realize that both of y'all were going to try to get me. This is bad. This is actually totes major bad, bro. This is totes major bad, bro. Totes major bad. Totes Dunskies. As a friend of mine used to say. And we escape with our lives. Sick. We escape with our lives. Duff, he's a man. If he can't do it, anime king. The crops are all grown. I hear that you're sick. Alright, so now I need to just high... I'm just gonna high affection. Nothing else. Alright, Jangus McBangus is over there. His name is Django, actually, but that's fine. So many cucumbers. So many cucumbers. Growth. Dude, Kafluck is always here. Kafluck is just chilling over by the crops. Every single time. Alright. What is our new sushi? Jangus. Too cold during the evening. Secret recipe. What's our secret recipe? Pufferfish dumpling soup. What? So this guy's supposed to give like a whole bunch of stuff featuring habaneros. But I don't think that's any of those are habaneros. No. So what's the... Nope. It's habanero. Yeah, it's not there. So he just gave us something. Was it one of these? I wonder if he just gave me somebody else's, like, another recipe. I don't know what the secret... Hold on. Let me just take a read at this. Okay, so he has the specific ones, but they're just a whole bunch of them. Got it. Okay, doctor. To the sea people. Again. God damn it. Where's my Jangus McBangus? Alright, let's head on over. The crops are all grown. Can't believe it. Yeah, it's gonna have to get to the point though where like a few of my like time skips, it's gonna get to this where like the dude's like, oh, your crops are grown down here. And then once they're grown, then we just go around collecting stuff. That might be a play. We'll see. Black coral. Black coral. Coral. Black coral. I mean, once we're done with black coral, then we just move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Also, we still got Fishmon to catch. Like, that's why we're still streaming that. I was like, there's also, like, I know there's another reason why we're still streaming this game. Yes, because of the Fishmon. I think there's 4 more Fishmon we still have to catch, alongside the Gyaos. Little Tamagotchi stuffs. So, hello, friend. I am looking for a narwhal. And then after the narwhal, I'm looking for rubies. Ruby, 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 ruby. Oh my lord. I'm just gonna go find the narwhal. Should be, if he's not over here, he should be to the right. Yes, there you are. I see you do it to me. Whoa. Oh, I was supposed to buy... I'll do that later. Let's go. 3 narwhal tusks. Nah, Kit's got some stuff he's gotta buy. Yes, Azenas. Wait. This is different. The setup seems very different. Whoa. Ruby? Oh, there is a ruby though down here. Sick. It sucks that even like the red, because like the rubies can reveal Red Sea Dragon, which is like the rarest one in the game, and motherfucker like just is gone. Also, I technically only need the rubies down here, don't I? So I could, motherfucker, stop stabbing your ass at me. I don't give 2 ships about it. Yeah, I only need the rubies. I don't need anything else down here. It's like narwhal, rubies, and then we just go to the west. Making place. Shallow water near the rocks. Yo, still stream I want to do one day. Lego Rock Raiders. Probably not that good of a game as I'm remembering it, but I think it's fun. Lego Rock Raider. The Lego games are just fun. How does Lego make so many fucking banger games? Is just you can't tell. You cannot tell. And you know what? That's fine by me. Still, like, there's also like the Lego Island games too. I remember Lego Island 1 is just like, it's chill vibes, the game, right? Lego Island 1, if you ever played it, chill vibes, the game. Lego Island 2, let's go. Lego Island 2. I seem to remember Lego Island 2 is like not terrible, but it's not good. I think something's telling me that like it was a dude. There's diamonds here. Let's go. I think it was also a game that I played when I was a kid that I did try to like fully complete, but it's also like stupidly difficult. I think it was just because like issues with the controls or something. I don't know. I seem to remember like it being like all over the place when it came to just the game itself. So I'd be like, oh, this game is fun. And then Kid Kit would like play it a little bit more and be like, this game is dumb, but it's fun. Oh, man. There's a lot of like nostalgic games I've been kind of craving lately. Cheese also gave me a list of some games that I should possibly play. One of which I don't even think he realizes what he's asking, but like that's fine. It's a Cheebs. We let it pass because Cheebus is Cheebus. So there's actually some other stuff that I want to get done too, though. But I'll worry about that later. Because I don't know exactly how it works, but if it works how I'm thinking it does, we'll be in business. And if it works how I really do think it does, then we won't be in business, but it'll be fun. Barracuda. If you don't know, you better make up something quick. Oh, I really want to play. I kinda really want to play some Rock Band today. Do I think the Doge would be down for some Rock Band? That's the question. I got 2 guitars. Like, we wouldn't stream Rock Band. We're not streaming it because I don't care about copyright sort of stuff, or like because I care about the copyright things. We wouldn't stream it just because like I just don't want to. I'm kind of craving that Rock Band itch today. But the problem is if I do that, I'm probably going to be too late to stream like Raging Loop or something else. Well, I'd probably still be able to stream Raging Loop or something else, but not Raging Loop. And I do want to stream more of that game. That game is so good. Blaze, if you're still here. 1, thank you for recommending it, but 2, also you need to play it yourself. I really enjoy it. Isha Poofer. Alright, we hope for the marbled electric ray. We haven't seen a single marbled electric ray this entire time. We've seen stingrays. Just not the electric brethren. I know I got the Rhino Thorn, but like I want one more. Whether it's Puffer, whether it's fucking Marble Electric Ray, I just need something. Thresher Shark is not the plan. I'm just gonna swim. Is this the play? Is this the Marbled Electric Ray? It's not. It did try to stab me, though. Not cool. Dude, that Thresher Shark is just on a mission. Good lord. I'm capturing them, which I don't think is supposed to, like... I really would wonder if there are different percentages on on what chance you can get the items from these fish. I wonder if somebody's like gone through the files and figured it out. Because I tried looking it up online and they're like, nah, fuck it, we have no idea. Ooh, don't. Fine. You get caught too. I'll send you up there. Well, it would be nice to know specifics like, hey, you saved the fish. You got a 40% chance that it's going to give you what it has. It's like, oh, you killed the fish. It's actually a 70% chance you're going to get what it has. Like, that would be nice to know, especially for people trying to complete the game. It's like, figure it out yourself. And then I'd be like, I get what you're saying. I hear you. I really do. However, how? There's no stats in this game, like, whatsoever. So, like, why would I think that that's a thing? I don't know. I need to send sailfish over to the fucking other place. Did I get 2 of the tusks? I don't think so. No. Wrap up your day and get the ratings ready at Matcha Sushi. Go the fuck to you shot yourself, but don't go to sleep. Hokadoki. Sushi. We'll send over some marlin meat. Alright. Gonna send you like 30. Now you have enough for what we need. I mean, like, it's already set up to go, so let's go. Let's do it. It's a marlin party. Look at the sailors. The sailors are here. They're doing sailor things. It's the one true Sailor Moon. Or something of that sort. Alright. All those have been served. That's good. You should just pour. No, please just grab stuff. Dude, they're so fast. Got it. So many things. So much, dude. No, just grab the food. I'll handle this. They're so fast, y'all. It's crazy. Good stuff. Ooh. Nice. 45 happy customers over there. Let's go. The branch doing the work. I now have money. Almost the end of November. It's only been 2 months in this game. Alright, Cookster. Antarctic octopus. Yep. Okay. So Antarctic octopus sushi. Can I fucking... Oh, it's because I did that. Hold on. Nope. Purple. Okay. Thank you, Jung. Tokoroten. Located a bunch of sushi. Diet healthy. Oh, so that's this one. Okay. And the others did not give anything, so green. Let's go. Nice. Minigames. Just gonna have 0 discipline. Farm now. Alright, let's go do what I need to do. And then we'll end off Listrim. Not too much, just like a lot of talking today. That's pretty much all it was. But that's fine. Like I said, ideally we're gonna be doing Raging Loop later today. But I also just want to get some stuff done, so 80%. Dude, the Dunk'll be doing nothing, bruh. No Dunk'ling today. But also off stream, I'm just going to be kind of paying attention to what I need to get done with this game, too. Dunk'll is not romancing, though. It's a little worrisome. So Dunk'll is kind of like our big shot when it comes to sushi. Cucumbers. We might be able to get maxed out skewered cucumbers. Yes, possible. Muy posible. I don't need to talk to you like that. 24. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, to the sushi area. So the goal right now is actually getting everyone to level 15. The reason for this is because that way we can start getting everyone's recipes. They don't get a 20. We just get a cooks to post and they get like cool shit. So I am just like boom, boom, boom. All right. Rep tour. Let's get you upgraded to 15 so you can teach me a recipe. Fried onion cuttlefish. Just want to see. Is it a research? Yes, it is. Fried onion cuttlefish. Good stuff. 15. Like I was like, it's hot. It's like, well, buddy, you are wearing the fucking mask. All right, so Atlantic anglerfish is going to be the first one here. Just going to start filling this out. Barrel eye sushi. One right there. Like I said, off stream, I'm just gonna like piece together what I specifically need. Black vinegar braised parrotfish. Need carrots. Cool. Three. Black tip reef shark. Black tip reef shark. Black tip reef shark sushi. Okay. So one of you. Blobfish sushi. Okay. And blue lobster sushi. So these three. Cool. Got it. And then I'm just going to feed the cat so that way no one gets upset at me. And then we will end off the stream, but I'm going to off stream, like I said, do a shit ton. So off stream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to piece together what specifically I need to do when it comes to I know I just saved right there, but I should just go back to the sushi. I need to figure out what fish we should catch while we're down there. And then once we get to that point, then we just go from there. So I have everything like in order with the name, but we're just going to go seafood. And it's like Alaska pollock. Do I still need any Alaska pollock? The answer right now is maybe. So we're keeping it for right now. But if there's something else that beats it, then I just send it over to the branch and then we just go from there. American lobster. Do I need more American lobsters? The answer is definitely yes. But it's like, do I want to focus this? Do I not want to? Like, what's the thing? This guy is like, oh, it's just 224 and it's only in hydro. And even then it's like, all right, cool. I don't need this anymore because it's actually terrible. And then I'll just go through this. I'm specifically going to do the glacial area and it's going to be the glacial area except for the passages and the hydrothermal vents. Seeing what else we need. That way I could just kind of go around and like, if I see it, we'll collect it. Once we get to specific points though, I'll just knock it off and go from there. Because like this Antarctic octopus, it's going to be on my list of like stuff to get. So like, I'll just do this. Boom. Get. And then this is meat. And then just, I'm going to put in like Antarctic octopus, and because it has 3 recipes, I'm just going to go in and be like, okay, so the Antarctic octopus sushi, not maxed. So how much do I need? 76. Cool. And then there's 2 other recipes, and I'm going to say around 200 each. So I'm going to say 476 meat is what I'm going to need for it. And then once we finish these recipes, like we just kind of start knocking them off as we go. But I'll make that list off stream so y'all don't have to worry about it. We should be back. Look, what time is it? 4 o'clock. We should be back with some more some more raging loop later. But like I said, I have some stuff I want to get done and maybe just some rest. So yeah, we'll see. Oh my gosh, why is there so much? Yes, I haven't used that in like ages. The fuck? God, my emails are crazy. Oh, and I have to do that too. Worry about that later. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Anyway, I'm going to end things off here. So thank you all so much for watching Dave the Diver. I hope you all had a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, night, or evening. My name is Katathi. I'll see you next time for some more Reddit Gaming. See you later. Peace. Bye, everyone.